Find your way into this wonderland. Cross the maze, the dark, the innocent. Chase the faith, the thrill, the heaven sent. I got you wild upside down. The labyrinth will guide you far away to the place where senses will decay. Your ghosts and minds will shadow play. I got you wild upside down. Upside down. Find your way into this wonderland. Cross the maze, the dark, the innocent. Chase the faith, the thrill, the heaven sent. I got you wild upside down. The labyrinth will guide you far away to the place where senses will decay. Your ghosts and minds will shadow play. I got you wild upside down. Upside down.
Sometimes I have to keep on breathing in. My lungs are filled with too much pain. All the shadows of the past that I'm so leaving, they held me in my sleepless nights. And I'm drowning in the noise like a free fall. Walking along my path for too long. Save myself from the visions in my mind. Save myself from the war I have to fight. And I can take it all away. All of my dreams are fading. Save myself from the visions in my mind. Save
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Let me fix the webcam, and then we should be all good to go to get the stream up and running, because today is 5v5 1v1 Duels, boys. It is time. Let me get the music up and running, yeah? Let me also make a post just letting everybody know that it is the time, boys. It is time for some of the best day of the week. It is time for 5v5 1v1s. Hold on, wait, image. I got a perfect image, dude. Where's your boy when you need him? Catch again. It's time, boys, for the 5v5 1v1 duels. Everyone is invited. EU, you better be ready. Best time of the week, because it is the best time of the week, boys. Stream is going live. Hell yeah. How's everybody doing, boys? Hopefully you're having a good one. What's up, Sloth? Amin, Crumbs, Baron, Babe. We got ourselves also Good Stippy, Ryan, Canny. How you boys all doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good one, man. Hopefully all of you are having a good one, man. Boys, EU, get ready. We're getting some 5v5 1v1s duels right now. Get ready, dude. Get some groups, man. The earlier the better. I got one thing to look at though right before we get this going. Wowhead put up a Wowhead. The boys at Wowhead. The beautiful, beautiful boys at Wowhead. Released an article. Which realistic solution should you play in Arena for PvP patch 8.3? Let's take a look. What's in the A tier? The S tier: Windwalker Monk, Havoc Demon Hunter, Unholy Death Knight, Assassination Rogue. In the A tier: Frost Death Knight, Arms Warrior, Survival Hunter, Feral Druid. We see a lot of Feral Druids in duels, but barely in arenas. B tier: Sub Rogue, Retribution Paladin, Fury Warrior. In the C tier: Enhancement Shaman. I feel like it's fair. In the D tier, dude, the big D, Outlaw Rogue. In the Dalaran tier. Oh, let's just skip, dude. There's so many good things to say about all these classes in the top tier, but let's look at the D tier, dude. The Dalaran tier, dude. Many PvE players will know Outlaw Rogue can shine in Mythic Plus setting. However, it seems extremely lackluster in both arena brackets. Rarely seen at all. I agree with that. It has its incredible toolkit. It had its incredible toolkit from Legion Mood, with Between the Eyes no longer affected by cooldown reduction effects. Between the Eyes no longer affected by cooldown reduction effects. What? Boys, this is news to me. I've been playing Outlaw like forever, all my life, basically. And apparently, cooldown reduction just doesn't work anymore. I just got from a BG where I was able to stun lock a guy back to back with Between the Eyes stuns. It looked like the cooldown reduction was working, but you know, the guys who Wowhead know better. They know better. Limited the crowd control heavily. Yeah. It also lacks meaningful damage against plate wearers. Isn't Windwalker Monk mostly a physical class? It don't really have reverse harm, so I guess you can get through plate armor that easily, but Fist of Fury is all physical. Whirling Dragon Punch is physical. I mean, we don't have any different than Monk, but apparently Monks are better than against Blade, boys. I don't know what to tell you. Back in Mystic Pandaria, they used, and Mythic WoD, they used to have the thing where you would, as long as you maintain jab or palm strike or whatever, on an enemy, you would have 30% armor penetration. But that was back in Pandaria. Maybe they brought it from back in the day, man. They knew Outlaw Rogue was going to be a thing for some reason. Being purely physical, lacking any bleeds or magic pressure. Good thing we have our Heart of Azeroth necklace and corruptions, like every other class. lots of Heart of Azeroth fiery effects and arcane effects, and yeah, but no, that's right. For now, Subtlety is a better version of Outlaw. It has better burst damage and crowd control. Wait, did I skip? As such, it is the lowest rated spec for now. Not being seen in either bracket at a decent rating, let alone high rating. They already said that rarely seen at all in any rating, and then they repeated themselves. Not seen in either bracket at any decent rating, let alone high rating. I guess it could be like technically they're right? Yeah, how many Outlaws do you see at like 2700? Not a lot. When you have Assassination that is so much easier to play. I agree. I can agree with that. Yeah. Let's see what was that. For now, Subtlety is a better version of Outlaw. It has better burst damage and crowd control. Cheap shots for days and Big Abyss can disagree. Not to mention, Assassin is such a dominant specialization and it is the simplest rogue spec to play. I feel like this should have went right after this. Because this feels like a no duh. Meaning it is far better and easier to avoid play. Meaning it is far. Let me copy this and put it in a note. Hold on. Notepad. I just want to make sure that they did not. What is that sentence? Meaning it is far better and easier to avoid playing. Who is the Gigabrain that wrote this? Meaning it is far better and easier to avoid playing. Dude, I went through college. I took English 101. Did I get taught the wrong thing? Huh? Just want to make sure they got it right. Avoid playing Outlaw and rated PvP. This may be subject to change with high item level and game gear, but for now, there's not a great use for it. Best composition to play is Outlaw Rogue 2v2. Outlaw Rogue Discipline Priest or Outlaw Rogue Fire Mage. I guess if you just take Outlaw instead of Assassin with a Disc Priest or with a Mage. Although Outlaw Mage is not that great. I would say Assassination or Sub is probably better. 3v3s. Outlaw Fire Mage Discipline or Holy Paladin. That's it. Overall strengths and weaknesses. Below is a visual representation of the strengths and weaknesses. Okay, we can take a look at some of the strengths and weaknesses. If you guys want to go or look at this yourself, you can. Here we go. Alright, what do we have? They gave Death Knights 4 stars of mobility. Yeah, I just see that. Mobility. Frost Death Knight. Unholy Death Knight. 4 stars of mobility. Havoc Team without others 5 stars. You're telling me a Death Knight is almost as mobile as a Havoc Demon Hunter. What did they give Outlaw for mobility? 4 stars. Assassin 4 stars. Retribution Paladin 1 star. Why does a Paladin have 1 star, but an Unholy Death Knight have 4 stars though? Arms Warrior has 3 stars. Fury has 5 stars. What difference is there between Fury and Arms? I guess maybe there's an honor talent where you can cleanse yourself off of slows on the Bloodthirst. That's what they're doing. But they both have Charge. They both have Leap. He has Blade Storm. Okay, that's fine. Sustained damage. Subtlety at 1 star. That's fair, I guess. Red at 1 star. What about burst damage? What do they have Outlaw? Wait, they said Subtlety has better burst damage than Outlaw, but they both have it 3 stars. Kind of a weird champ. Survival! I mean, okay, we can sustain not a crazy burst. Alright. 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 What else is it? Team Utility. Wait. Crowd Control. What do they have Outlaw as? Oh, strong compositions, they have it at 1. Outlaw, they have crowd control at a 4. And they said that Outlaw's crowd control sucks. Wait a minute. Between the Eyes is no longer affected by cooldown reduction, limited its crowd control heavily. Heavily! Heavily limited crowd control, still 4 stars. What? About the author, Joe Fernandez. Joe Fernandez was the author? I thought better of you, Joe. Oh my goodness. Joe Fernandez, European and BlizzCon champion of 2015. Multi-rank 1 warrior. Currently a commentator for the WoW PvP esports. Joe! Joe. 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 Why would you give Death Knights 4 stars in mobility, Joe? Why? It's Joe. Joe Mama. Oh my god. That was 5 years ago. Sounds like he's behind times. Maybe he does have like a thought process of like, this is how classes are right now. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's too early in the season to tell. Some people, though, really are stuck in like their own mindset. Alrighty, boys, let's get some PvP going. Let's get some duels going, yeah? It says Frost has better burst than Unholy. Lol. Did it really? I didn't even look. Wow. Wow, Joe. Frost Death Knight has better burst than Unholy. Unholy with the Abomination, Army of the Dead, Necrotic Strike spamming. That one versus Frost Death Knight. That's news to me. Apparently, boys, Frost Death Knight has burst. I did not know. We only see Frost Death Knights compete in these duels all the time. The Guard Remorseless Winter is the slowest ramp up we've ever seen, but apparently Joe knows better. Oh, it's okay though. No offense to Joe. I actually don't hate the guy. I don't hate the guy whatsoever. I just don't agree with the article. Some of the things I think are just kind of... I don't know. I just don't agree with that. I just don't agree with all. But alright, boys. It's time for 5v5 1v1s for the EU side of the globe. 5 ready with Kenny. Beautiful, Kenny. Beautiful, man. Do you want to make my own group? I can name you or to us and Dole? Yeah, I'm more welcome to, man. More welcome to make your own group, man. What's up, Dole? What's up, King? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Laska got a group by parent. Let's see what he got. Hi, ready for 5v1s. Okay, let me get you guys up and running. You guys are more than welcome to make groups as per usual. Let me get the audio up and running. Okay, that was weird. When I opened Audacity, the right headset stopped working, left was working. So it was honestly just hearing out of one ear. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get I guess we could do Canyon versus Laska, yeah? And Laska with the Russians. Are we gonna I want some variety, boys. I want some variety today, dude. I want to see new people. That's what I really want to see, man. I want to see as many new people as possible. Yeah, I want to see a variety of different classes. Oh, why am I doing this right now, actually? What the fuck? Oh, jump. Land. I guess I started recording a little too early. Let's get Canny and Laska, boys. We're looking for variety. I'm looking for new people. I'm looking for people we've never seen before. Please, if you guys are making groups, let's get some new, fresh blood on the scene. You know what I mean? Let's get some of these mobile Death Knights and lackluster Outlaw Rogues in here. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Let's prove Joe wrong here, man. I feel like somebody here can prove Joe wrong. Tap it to the sound. Well, the sound... Does it sound good? I just hear your voice in right speaker. Wait, it fucked up for you guys too? The only sound... Wait, are we good now? Or are we good? Are we good or are we bad? Are we good or are we bad, chat? Are we good sound-wise or are we bad? Because my sound fucked up for a second, but I think we're good. Fix, that'll fix your Audacity voice coming from the right. Yes, it's still messed up. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All I can do is close Audacity and open it back up. Because it's good for me now. Are we good? Are we good now? The mic is on one side and the mic music is in both. All I can do is close Audacity and open it back up. It never affected the stream before. That's good. Okay, well, whatever worked was worked, yeah? Alrighty, well, I'm gonna help what's worked. Switch. What do we got? Guys, let me know in chat if things get better, if things get worse. Okay, I think we're good though. But I think it's gonna be Team Blue with Bite. We got ourselves Gank, we got ourselves Matt, now Mova, and Proc. Yo, Bite, I'm hoping you get some variety in here, man. If you get some people. I'm gonna need to let somebody else get in here because we see insane boys all the time. I want to see a variety of Candy getting him with a bike. Try not to get run over. Somebody sent the cops over to his neighborhood, man. It's gonna be chicken for Matt. Trying to see if he can interrupt the fire mage on this fire cast. Might be a smoke bomb or advantage shot of Matt. Is gonna go for smoke bomb. Ring of Frost is gonna control him a little further. Candy is gonna have to wait a little bit longer before the Greater Power Blast hits. Does hit him with a fire blast to keep him in combat. Greater does come out, I think. And Greater does connect. Candy try not to use too many blinks in order to get ahead on Team Red. We also got chance. We got ourselves Omega Rumura as well as Athaman. But Candy is going to be first up versus Matt. Matt is just popping out behind the corner, throwing in daggers, just trying to keep the poisons rolling. And Candy trying to keep him slow, but looks like he's going to have to go for a little bit of a reset himself. Candy is going to go for a little bit of a grub. Matt already had a little bit of a weird opener. Candy did not have to trinket anything unless they did use burn a human racial, which I don't think they did in the opener. Going to be a Garou cheap shot. Kidney shot to follow right after. Is actually going to go for a blind onto Candy. I don't really know if he wanted to commit that big of a cooldown onto Candy that early, but Matt looks like he made a mistake. Mistakes happen even in the duels. Shortest saps in the world. Candy is still going to want to get some food. No saps available. And Matt opened up maybe with a too early of a Garou. It's going to be Polymer for no trinket available for this one. Greater Pyroblast is definitely going to connect. Could be a Ring of Frost to follow. Is going to connect. Greater Pyroblast should get him down. Matt is going to want to go for a Vanish or Cloak of Shadows here. Is going to try to feign this damage. Kidney shot comes out onto Kenny. He does trick it out of a Cloak of Shadows coming out for Matt. Is looking to vanish out of this situation. Not really going for a best line aside against Kenny. Trying to hold on to that Vanish though. A minute or 2 minutes into this duel, Kenny think about picking up the eyes and trying to mount up and see if he can just catch up to Matt. Might actually go for a bit of food. Try to see if he wants to or not. Trying to see if he can land an angle. Matt does not land the sap. Goes for a Garou. Kenny unable to really get a good setup. It looks like it's going to be maybe Vendetta onto Kenny. Was it? I think he had Mark for Death ready if anything. Breath onto Matt right now into a Polymer right after Matt. Actually, full Polymer of Greater Pyroblast coming out for Kenny. Looks like he's going to try to see if he can wombo combo him. Actually, no. He's actually just going to go for a little bit of hiding spree from this rogue. Does not have the ring. Or did not go for the ring to follow after. It's going to be a temporal by the mage. Needs to wait this damage out a little bit. Kidney shot does come out. That's going to be stars and a bike running him over. Kenny's taking quite a bit of damage right now. It's going to be a shield coming out. Breath onto Matt. Does hit him in the Ring of Frost, which is going to keep his health low. YCC trinkets out of that ring. Shadow step to Kenny. Interrupted on fire. Goes for a big Venom. Kenny is actually trying to see if he can survive. Going to be Crucible right after him. Matt is going to go for a cloak in order to take away whatever corruption was bothering him. Kenny already caught a race coming out. Had to ice block. And actually, Kenny is not in a good spot whatsoever versus Matt. It looks like Matt made a few mistakes at the very beginning of the arena. But Kenny is making more mistakes than anything. Matt able to recover. Being assassination rogue. Probably got quite a bit of more gear on him now since the last duel, and he's able to really put quite a lot of pressure. Kenny looking to maybe go for a bit of food in the corner. Matt, does he see him? He does. Is able to disrupt the food immediately. Can actually go for a distract in order to stop Kenny from eating. That's something Rogue can do from a distance. Just go for a distract. It'll make the enemy stand up. It'll stop him from eating food. Gonna be a full stun to Kenny. He might have a trinket available here. It's gonna be stars to follow. The stars that Kenny just cannot check out whatsoever. It's doing quite a bit of damage. Good temporal for Kenny. They recovered quite a bit of health after the Rogue's opener. That's going to be a Greater Pyroblast by the Fire Mage right after. Med doesn't have Vanish. Has Cloak of Shadows if he wants to. Is going to pop a Cloak as well as a Warlock Hellstone from his team in order to keep himself alive. The Combustion for Kenny doesn't really get too much value on damage. He's trying to go for another Greater Pyroblast. Does Med have an option here? He does go for a Smoke Bomb. Flame Strike coming out for Kenny just to keep Med in combat. Is going to kill the shot him instead. I think that could be the end to the Fire Mage right now. More stars dropping to Kenny. And he couldn't make a wish from all those stars. And it's going to go down. Just trying to see if he can catch the Scoundrel Rogue. It's going to be blind. Immediately forced and trinket out of chance. Vanish coming out from Med is going to land on some CC with a Garou cheap shot, maybe a kidney shot to follow right after, as Med is going for actually a more dot based build, letting the stars build up on the Chets. And is just going to try to see if he can slink out of there, man. He's just trying to see if he can run out of there, dude. Chets is trying to use these massive mobility as an Archimage to see if he can catch up to Med, who's actually going to turn around and bike the guy in the face. But Matt is still on the run, waiting for another kidney shot available. It's not going to be a trick for Chets for quite a bit of time. Would be able to get out of CC for a moment. So this might be a perfect opportunity for Met here for a second. There is going to be pretty big blinks out of Chets. Does land the arcane missiles. That's something Met needs to have a pre-feint for available if ever. and also needs to go on and start healing himself as much as possible. Tossing a maledict at Chet's. He's going to follow up with some damage right after. Walking up to the mage is going to be Kidney Shot. Ice Block coming out for Chet's immediately. Does Nova. Met in the open. Perfect opportunity for him to get some cast into Met. Met actually panicking a little bit, trying to figure out whether he wants to run at the mage or run away from the guy. And I feel like he took a couple of free pot shots at himself, trying to maintain poisons on Chet's as best as possible. That's going to be slow as well as a healing reduction in case Chet's does go for any kind of self-heals whatsoever. Met looking like he was, with the Tempest, it's going to be a dot that's going to keep him out of combat for a bit. If Chet's can get on top of Met and at least tag him right before he catches a reset, this could be good. But I think Chet's is actually going to make some food and just going to go for a reset. The Rogue does get to live another day. The Arcane Orb does take him out in the open. Quick moves by Met does allow him a Garrote, Cheap Shot, and a Kidney Shot onto Chet's. Looking for a dot damage. Actually going to go for a big Vendetta onto Chet's. Temporal coming out for the Arcane Mage, hoping to maybe get some massive heals off of this. Trying to reverse the damage back at Chet's. Is trying to punish him with all that Arcane power. It's going to be a Met. Going to go for a Cloak of Shadows, and he's going to try to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a reset. Chet's took quite a bit of damage. That's still a Vendetta rolling on the guy. Trying to see if he can get some food. And Met is looking to stop the big eats. And looks like Chet's got himself at least one tick of food. Get a shot. Almost found the Rogue out with our Arcane Explosion. That's going to mark for at the minimum right after. And down goes Chet's. Met actually was able to make them meet the Maker. Or I guess they met the Maker after they fell down in the arena. 6 minutes in, 30 minutes in, and Met is going to have to go up against Atheman, dampening his 10%. Atham popping a wing, trying to see if he can just one-shot Met right now. Does have advantage if he needs to. Should be going for advantage. That's going to be evasion and vanish. Both of those defenses burned together. Probably not the best option for Met right now. But honestly, he's doing pretty good. So far as the Rogue has been able to just wait out the competition, bleed him dry, and take his time, and Athaman is going to have a little bit of a difficult time trying to find Met. Athaman did pick up the eyes, and he thought he saw where Met was, but Met actually hung around the corner and hugged the spiller so well that I guess Athaman was like, you know what, it doesn't look like he's actually there. He's going to go for another set of eyes. Could Met sap him? Looks like he's, oh, it looks like he didn't pick up the eyes. Now he did. The eyes are in play. Met looking to land a sap. Athaman does get in combat pretty early on with the Crusader Strike. It's going to be Cheap Shot. Get a shot by Met. It's going to hit him with a bike and try to see if he can just scuttle away out of here. Athaman is going to cleanse himself completely of all the poisons. Try to cut some heals, but 15% heal reduction. Eventually, Met might be able to just swap to Deadly Poison because the heal reduction from dampening is going to be enough. Or if he wants to be even more BM about it, he could keep the wound poison. Almost double the dampening that's already in play. But I think Deadly Poison will help him better with Atham. And Atham does not really have like Lay on Hands that you can use to heal himself. Bubble and Bop, he got to burn through those ASAP, and I think Deadly Poison might be better for it. Going to be another Kidney Shot opener by Met onto Atham, hitting him with a Maledict to try to stop him from being able to self-heal for a bit. This way he would want to land another sap into Atham right after while his health is low, as Atham is going to try to catch a few flash of lights. The Rogue has been going for a very safe play, playing against Athel, but also playing against mages who have a limited amount of blinks. Mages are pretty mobile, but for Met, all he needs is a nice clean reset, and he's out with the Paladin. Paladin can't really do much. The stars are still also stacking up for Met. Double stars proc onto Athel. The stars are actually quite huge because of the proc off of dots and everything. Cloak of Shadows up for Met, trying to burn through a Shield of Vengeance. Bubble coming out of Athel instead. He decided, you know what, I need to bubble as early as I can. I don't really know if he's going to be able to use that Shield of Vengeance in a strategic manner, but it looks like it is going to time out 8 minutes in. 23% dampening. Met could be swapping to the Deadly Poison if he wants to. We'll see if he ever makes a swap, because the damage should just be good on its own. That's bubble down. Athaman has a Blessing of Protection used to make this duel matter right now. Cheap Shot to follow after the Garrote. Vendetta up onto Atham. Might need to have a Blessing of Protection right here, unless the stars keep procking. Wait, the stars can still proc. Atham is still actually in such a bad situation. Does get slow into Met. Met almost wants to fall off the platform, and he does decide to come off it. Atham, if the stars procking him while Blessing of Protection was up, that could have been the game. Blind into Athel. He actually has no way out of it. Playing adaptation. All Matt is doing is actually taking damage from the Echo. Is that going to keep him in combat? No, it still let him catch a restealth either way. It does open up with a Garrote onto a Rupture. Garrote into Athel. Cheap Shot to follow. Athel has nothing left unless he's human racial. Unless he might be going down. Hodge into Met. Popping wings, but that's going to be stars to finish him off at the end. And Omega is not going to let any time pass. Going to get on top of Met. Trying to get as much damage as humanly possible. Got the bleeds and he's out. Met is trying to make sure that the Feral does not get away quite easily. Could go for a Kidney Shot follow from here. Shadow Step could be available for him. But it looks like Omega just wants to put some bleeds and catch a full reset onto Met. Not let him do it. Kidney Shot comes out. Trinket out on Met. Actually, Trinket out on Omega. Met popping evasion for the wall as Omega trying to peel this Rogue off of him. but looks like he's not going to be able to effectively do it. Matt does have quite a bit of bleeds on him, trying to keep the pressure onto Omega. That's going to be Malik also used as well. Omega has no healing. Stars already started to stack up with the Feral. Double stars unless he stars himself as well. Trinket out of Met, out of that Trinket is going to go for advantage immediately. Regrow's coming out for Omega. Wild Thorns are up. It looks like Matt wants to go for a bit of a reset. Does Omega have long enough dots where Matt can get a reset and still land a sap on a Feral? Because this could be his game, man. 10 minutes in. Dampening is stacking up a little bit. Garou, cheap shot, as stars continue to proc on Omega. This is good. Buying big damage. Get the shot onto the Feral. It looks like Matt might be able to take him out. The Assassination Rogue damage is actually quite strong, and stars is just so good for him. Rimuru is the last one left as a Fury Warrior. What the hell are you? Oh my god. That helm looks so much cuter on a Mecha Gnome. It looks like you were literally eaten by a little baby Yeti. That's going to be stun straighted out as Matt tries to get an opener. It looks like Rimuru is going to have the tentacles that Matt needs to take out immediately. He's choosing to line aside those instead, trying to get some doubts into Rimuru. And is actually still going to get hit by those tentacles. They do quite a bit of damage, but have no health. So it does mean doesn't mean you have to fill a global in order to kill him. Using Mutilate for that global might not be worth, in my opinion, if you're just trying to kill him and not build common points. But looks like Rimuru, oh my god, the dot damage this man has taken so far. Being a Fury Warrior, I mean, it's just been detrimental to him. Stormbolt onto Matt. He does get to get a bit of a reset on him. But Matt is looking for a full reset behind the pillar completely. Rimuru is still super behind on health, 40% dampening. He does have a twisted appendage. He needs to get Met to walk into the appendage blind by Met. The appendage does dissipate, and Rimuru does not have a trinket out of it. He is a Mechanome though, so he does have one racial. When he drops below, I think like 30 or 20% health, he gets himself 20% of health back or something. When he drops below a certain point, he malfunctions and actually does a self-heal. But I don't know how well it work here. 40% dampening. Mal is stacking up. It looks like his trait, actually, his racial might proc here. And I think it might have proc just now. It's super, yeah, I think it did right there. Yep, I think it's like when you drop below 20%, you spark up a little bit. And that heal was completely absorbed. Rimuru does have enrage regeneration, but at this point, the dots is still melting. Okay, he does get food and actually goes down right after. Oh my god, Matt. Obliterated everybody. Stars came in pretty clutch there. 7 million damage across the full enemy team. And that is how you start. There it is, boys. Corruption's carrying hard. I think so too, Sashimi. I think that might be real, man. I think that might be real. Alrighty, boys. Let's get ourselves another one going. Yeah, we got Lenoa here. We got Alex here as well. Hello, Papa. Sound is fucked. Bob can't fix it. Wait, is the sound good or are we still fucked, boys? Is the sound good or are we still fucked? 235 from Infinite Stars and even missed a go with a DR. Are you kidding me? DFF is this? Dude, stars are pretty nuts. Maybe Wowhead was right to put Assassination Rogues on the S range, man. You know what I mean? You ready? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna bounce do it against him. No, you don't think you wanna? I don't blame you, dude. Sound is okay? Alright, cool. Sound is fucked. Bob can fix it. Can't fix it. Okay, Lenoa, you have a group by the way or not? We'll be participating. Let's get Alex versus Jack in here just to get some more variety, yeah? Seems like corruption really matters for Blizzard. I guess so, dude. I do have stars in my rogue. Maybe I should run stars. I think that could be really good. Can stars technically fuck up if you stand with other people then? Done his final message? Okay, cool. Alrighty. Let me get 120, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 129 over on the EU side, boys. Let's get Alex, Jack, and Alex. In here. Yo, Kenny, Laska, if you guys want to look for the variety, I would appreciate it, man. I want to see some fresh blood. I want to see some new faces today, man. That's what you're looking for, boys. Let's see some OP Outlaw Rogue action. Let's go, boys. I believe somebody will have it, right? Like this guy right here named Naruto Hokage. I believe in him, man. I believe in what he does. Alrighty. Switch. We got ourselves Team Red with Christina. I know it's Christine Key NA, but Christina is how we said it before. And probably what we'll continue to say. We got also Loopy Hunt in the back as well. We got Money coming back. Gonna throw some money around. We got Pick Up Pillows, a Balanced Druid, 2 Balanced Druids. When Tauren this time, not Troll anymore? Okay, interesting. And we got ourselves Zel Raph as a Frost Death Knight. That's an interesting Power Rangers looking mug. We also got Team Blue with Naruto, Kage, Pricey. Oh, going that undead. That actually looks so good. That's an interesting looking mug. We got ourselves Shinji in the back. We got ourselves Spin, oh, the Spine of the Beast. Is that what it is? And E. Already popping himself a massive defensive, but he's not going up first. It looks like it's going to be Shinji as a Destruction or Affliction? I'm pretty sure Destruction Warlock with an intro pet versus Zelraf. Let's see who's going up first. It's going to go with a conflag. That's going to be an immolate out of the Destruction Warlock. Caswell trying to come out, but it's going to be gripped by Zelraf down into Shinja. Shinja does need to probably play back to the pillar, play back to the to his Warlock port, as Zelraf is going to pop himself a Lichborn, immune from any fears, trying to get some damage, but it looks like even though Zelraf is trying to pop some cooldown, Shinja's the one doing more damage to him. It's gonna hit him with the fear into Caswell right after. Malzak running Zelraf into an Infernal right after with a Caswell to follow. It's gonna be his death pack coming out with a Safeguard Trinket. I was expecting to see an AMS, but AMS coming out a little bit late. Zelraf doesn't really have a lot of defenses left. That's going to be yet another fear running him in another direction. With the Caswell to follow, the Infernal does dissipate. Did the Infernal die or did it just time out? It's going to be maybe a random Infernal. Maybe that wasn't a real Infernal, but it looks like Shinja hasn't really popped any massive defensives yet. Haven't popped massive offensives yet either. But it's going to be Zelraf trying to get it for a stun and go for a little bit of a heal. Does he go for Transfusion? I didn't see it. Now Transfusion coming out. Probably should have done a little bit earlier when he didn't have the fear. Running in the other direction, Shinja tried to go for a couple of those Caswells from the distance. It's going to be Imlet, random Infernal, someone down. Zelraf doesn't really have anywhere to go. He's going to land a grip onto Shinja, met with a death goal right after. Lichborn is up to deal with the fears, does go to interrupt Shinja's fury either way. Probably shouldn't be doing that since he's immune to them. And Zelraf still somehow hanging around. Shinja barely took that much damage, trying to go for a fear into Zelraf, does land it. Does not have enough for a Caswell. Hoping that it incinerates is enough. Maybe I can flag to follow. Trying to continue to incinerate. Zelraf does pop that AMS. It should be able to survive for a little bit. Stun into Shinja. He doesn't want to pop a trinket. His health hasn't really taken that much of damage. Shadow Fury does get interrupted. Shinja should be able to get this big damage out. That's going to be a massive transfusion for Zelraf. But as long as Shinja doesn't choose to do damage while Transfusion is up, he should be able to really mitigate how much healing Zelraf gets. Does hit him with the fear. Shinja is just focused on not popping a single cooldown to deal with his death. That Caswell almost kills him into a fear. No more Caswells right after, but the last incinerated does take down the death. That Pick a Pillow is going to be up next. Landing a silence onto Shinja. Shinja actually have to walk out. Not silence, I think, on Caswell or anything. It's going to be a horror effect onto Pick a Pillow. Does go for a bit of a Barkskin fear to follow right after while Wall's up for Shinja. And that's going to be Pika actually able to line that Caswell. Going to land the Maledict onto the Druid. Does he get the Caswell down? He does, and that's going to be Druid getting hit by a pretty meaty Caswell. And still lots of Maledict. It's going to have to go for massive amounts of self-healing. Does he have cooldowns of his own? It looks like Pika Pillar trying to hold on to his Incarnation or Celestial Alignment. Looks like that is going to be another Infernal coming down. And for Shinja, that's a lot of momentum right now. Landing a fear onto Pika. That's another Caswell to follow. It's going to be pretty beefed up, giga hurting Caswell. Regrossi coming out for Pika, but it's actually going to get interrupted. It looks like Shinja was right to go with that intro pet. Didn't really need to use it for Zelraf, but I guess he was expecting for the next person, as he does puts a lot of pressure onto Pika Pillow, and Pika does get those hots up and running himself, which the Mindbender or the Observer, I guess, right? Pretty sure it's the Observer. Does get to take off those hots. It's going to be Shadow Fury missing, but Shinja still decided to finish off that cast. And Pika just having to go for a bit of a kiting spree right now, even dropping down Starfall onto Shinja as he's just trying to get away from the Warlock, trying to find himself a little bit of recovery. And finally does get hit with a conflag, but he's continuing to run. Shinja does set himself up another gateway. Might be able to use that gateway to catch up to the Druid. Did he use it earlier? He might have used it way earlier. Pika tried to get some dots onto the pet. Might need to get some dots onto Shinja and find himself a little bit of damage, but so far he's been playing Ring Around the Rosie, just trying to recover his footing here, and is still just trying to avoid Shinja as best possible, even though Shinja doesn't have any cooldowns available. Actually gonna pull his pet back. It looks like Shinja is gonna reposition completely. Pika taking a chance right here just to get those dots rolling, Moonfire and Sunfire, but the dots from Boomy just do so very little damage. I don't know if he has himself a proc-based playstyle anymore, or if that's in the meta anymore. But a proc-based playstyle with dots would be perfect for someone like a Boomkin. Does hit him with a Star Search, and that's going to be a Crucible right after. Double Crucible to follow, making sure to refresh his dots. But is that going to be enough? Looks like Pika at least recovered on health, but so far his damage has been quite meager. I mean, he wasn't really being able to get through the shield absorb from Shinja, with a Star Surge. Does hit him with a massive beam from the sky. It's going to be a horror effect onto Picapillo. Shot of Fury to fall for Shinja. Does land the immolate. Could go for a... Oh, that's actually going to be an actual Infernal with a Maledict onto Picapillo. Shinja trying to get some damage in. Does get interrupted. Was that on the Chaos Bolt? Might have been on the Chaos Bolt as he's unable to cast. Maledict still stacking onto Pika. Chaos Bolt is going to smack him once. Bash coming out by the Druid. Trying to stop any kind of healing for Shinja or any kind of damage. That's going to interrupt an Arcane. Chaos Bolt does connect. Fear to follow. And that Picapillo could be going down. Trying to solo Wrath in there, but it doesn't get it. Shinja's Destra Warlock playstyle. The class itself just dominates no matter how high a raging Picapillo earns, no matter how good his gear is. Shinja being a Destra Warlock makes it so much harder. And next, Boomkin is up next. Kusida, I think, playing with a Breath of the Dying build this time. Trying to see if they can make Breath of the Dying build work. Shinja actually used a Warlock Gateway. I don't know if that's what he meant to use it, but it's going to get right next to Christina. Does get interrupted on Chaos Bolt, which is going to lock him out. Going to be a Nature Lockout onto Christina. Having to go for Lunar Strike. Squall available backup for Shinja. Does get hit with a bash by Christina. Shinja needs to find a way to get either some great CC onto Christina, or just try to start kiting ASAP. Decided, you know what, I'm going to hit him with Fear. Chaos Bolt right after. Second Chaos Bolt to follow. Bark's going to go for Christina. Looks like Shinja just wants to stay in and tussle in. Needs to get himself a Warlock Hellstone or a Death Coil immediately. Christina trying to take a couple pot shots from the side. This is where Shinja shoots in the pet. Back at Christina. The pet is going to do damage. It's going to build into Shinja's sword shield. But he's not going to be able to get it. The Breath of the Wild Execute does come in pretty good for Christina. Just had to get the Warlock low. That's how he did it. Pricey is up next as another Destra Warlock. Very well played with his proc-based playstyle. So we'll see how big his procs are, because that's how this man made his name in the last bits of Duel. He just went for every proc setup, every proc trinket, every proc essence, just to put up some dots onto Christina and basically melt them with a single immolate is the idea. Trying to land an immolate yet again. Unable to do it. Is he going to go for a Cataclysm around the corner? Maybe Christina trying to catch a few regrowths. 6 minutes in, already 1 down for each team. Actually 2 down for Team Red. Picapillo and Zelrav didn't have the best time with a Destra Warlock, as Price is trying to get an immolate onto Christina, trying to make sure it's a fresh dot rolling on him. Unable to quite do it. Doesn't with the flag. Maybe Fury has him. No, he does not. Actually gets lined completely as Christina pokes out from around the corner, hitting those Star Surges at the Warlock. Not doing the most amount of damage, but he's doing pretty good so far. It's going to be Succubus. He does get himself the Chaos Bolt, Shadow Fury, Cataclysm around the corner. It looks like it's going to be stars. I don't know if it's Price's stars or what, but Christina barely took a hit. Boy, barely got some line into line of sight with the Warlock and is already just paying the price for it. He was running from the Warlock the whole time. Pricey took one look at Christina. It was like, all right, you're done for immediately. It's going to be a silence on the Shadow, but Price is still able to get quite a bit of damage. It looks like it was Christina's corruption that's the stars, but I could be wrong. Could be Prices. That's going to be a bash traded onto Pricey. It's Christina tried to keep themselves alive as best as possible, even trinket for it and everything. Pricey having to go over to Loopy Hunt right now. It's going to be Dire Bastos already chomping at him. That's going to be a massive Infernal dropping onto Loopy Hunt. That should be quite a lot of damage right here as well. If Pricey still has his proc-based playstyle, this should be able to be enough right now because of that Infernal doing damage. Looks like Loopy Hunt does have a corruption for the tentacles that will mind flay the target, and Pricey, all he needs to do is avoid those, because otherwise spending a global to kill those things is sometimes not even worth. I think Loopy Hunt trying to go for an interrupt onto Pricey, but that's going to be a wall on Pricey with a Chaos Bolt, punishing Loopy Hunt with quite a bit of damage. Infernal is still up and running. Loopy Hunt still does have the immolate rolling on him. Procking those tentacles, but the tentacles are hitting wrong targets altogether. He needs to proc the tentacles while being on top of Pricey, and Pricey looking to land a fear onto Loopy Hunt. Gazebo might be able to hit it. Loopy Hunt does go for a bit of line of sight immediately. Pricey just looking to maybe shut down the damage out of the Beastmaster Hunter at the very beginning of that arena, the very beginning of that match. Gazebo is going to be free as he did interrupt him on a fire spell. Pricey actually living a life right now as Money's the last man standing. Oh my god, Pricey just took one look at Christina, the Boomkin. Down they go. As soon as they got a small setup onto Loopy, down they go. Is that going to be the same for Money? Money checking it out of the Succubus. You see Pricey maybe walking towards the gateway. He might be able to. Doesn't really have a lot of health to really work with here. Does land a Cataclysm onto Money. Is going to Death Call him out of there and is going to punish him with one Chaos Bolt. That did quite a bit of damage. Golka Shadow's coming up for Money. Does Pricey have the Warlock Gateway to work for? Trying to land a Shadow Fury onto Money. Doesn't land it. It looks like Pricey is going to go down after all that. If only his Gateway was available at the time, which I believe it wasn't. Otherwise, he would have taken it. Money does pop a Vendetta onto the Warlock that's been decimating his team. and takes him out. Next up is going to be Naruto Hokage actually tricking it out of a sap. What are you doing, you goober? But honestly, being a demon hunter, you might still be able to get a kill onto Money. Money's super low on health. Evasion's up right now. The I-beam still goes through. That's going to be Safeguard Trinket for Money Procket right here. And that's going to be a blind onto Naruto Hokage. And Money popping and Smoke Bomb, I don't think he really needed to do that, but I guess he wanted to make sure he's creating himself as much line of sight as humanly possible. Naruto Hokage without a trinket though, so Money can control the game as much as he possibly wants to. So he can essentially do whatever he likes as long as he doesn't get caught out. Does go for a double sap to Naruto. Probably could have went for a stun lock opener, maybe a kidney shot. Is going to resap him onto I-beam. Is Naruto have Spectral Sight? He does have Spectral Sight. Naruto, Money should open up with a kidney shot way early. Even just cheap shot, go road into a kidney shot and run away or something. Is going to have to go for a kidney shot onto Hokage immediately. And is just continuing to go for a bit of a Kai. What kind of a setup does Naruto Hokage play though? It looked like he had Vision of Perfection for a second, but I don't think Demon Hunter would ever run Vision of Perfection. But maybe he's just trying something new. It looked like that would happen to run his feet. Money is still trying to prolong this game as best as possible. It's at a 10-minute, almost 11-minute mark. 36% dampener, boys. Come on, Money. Why avoiding your date? It's Valentine's Day, man. Go hang out with Naruto Hokage, dude. Take him out. Show him a good time. There's going to be a sap onto the Demon Hunter. Open it up with a cheap shot. Maybe get a shot to fall right after. Does get his full setup. That's going to be Crucible. One stack of Crucible. Darkness already coming out for Hokage. Tricky coming out for Money off of that stun. Looking to get the Demon Hunter out of darkness and then continue the damage. It's going to be Evasion up and running for Naruto Hokage with his Metamorphosis up and running as well. Nowani had to go for a bit of a defensive there with Cloak of Shadows. Is he going to have enough here? Get a shot onto Naruto. He's going to be able to trick it very soon. Is he going to go for a late trick? Cyclotronic Blast from it is a safeguard trick. Keeping Naruto alive though. But that's going to be Money. Take one shot of the Fell Lances. Needs to make sure he's hiding tightly behind the pillar. Needs to make sure he gets one more opener needed against the Demon Hunter. And the DH needs to be very careful about the next time he trinkets, because what was that trinket of the sap? We don't ever see those ever, dude. Come on, Money. I believe in you, man. Naruto is going for a little bit of I-beam. I guess he maybe had Spectral Sight available. Does get the rogue out. Shadow Sim coming in for Money. Going in for the big jukes, man. How much he's crucible defensively. But he's still in the game. He's still striving. Sap onto Naruto. He does trinket with a stun onto Money. Money, this could be your opportunity. This could be your money shot right now. Does go for a kidney shot onto Naruto. He's going to get hit with his own thing from beyond. That does quite a bit of damage. Why he's so corrupted? Probably not a good idea in these 5v5 1v1 duels. Just try to see if he can survive through the damage. His Money pops evasion and just pummels damage into Naruto. That's all he needed to do. Cheap shot onto Money. Stars already hitting him as Spin of the Beast, trying to just one-shot Money. Kidney shot comes out. Chicken out immediately. Blind to follow, but Money Stars are going to hit him and not still take him out. If that Stars did not proc, I think it would have been okay, but that was it, man. That was some Desert Warlock domination, man. Yeah, two Desert Warlocks. You had Pricey with like massive experience, and then the other guy, Shinja. We don't see that often. But I thought Shinja did pretty good. I thought he did pretty good against the Boom Kid, but then again, it's a Boomy too, yeah? But pricey, dude. I want to see that playstyle a little bit more. Infinite Star need a big nerf, you guys think so? Maybe, dude. I feel like Blizzard will do it sometime. Maybe a group to get, variety. Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it. Alaska, do you have variety or do you have same dudes, man? Do you have variety or same dudes? Let me know, my guy. I want to see some fresh blood, man. I want to see new faces. I really don't care to see same people that played 30 billion times over, man. I really don't care to see same fucking people, man. I mean, I love all of you guys, but I want to see variety, man. I want to see some new faces. And you guys make it groups. If you can get some new faces, that makes me super happy. The more people get to participate, the better. Because in chat all the fucking time, man, I had people tell me, man, I've been waiting so long to get into one of these 5v5 1v1s. Dalaran, why won't you let me in? It's like, it's not even my fault, man. It's community ran or community organized. The people that are making the groups, take it up for them. You know what I mean? Did Assassin's Rogue get buffed or what? I think that guy just got a little bit better gear, man. I think that man just got a bit better gear since last time. Assassin's Rogues are doing really good right now, though. I think they also play with corruptions really well because they have haste, a fairly high number for PvP. So they're able to get the procs. But also they have dots, auto attacks, poison ticks, which can give all those procs more chances. So you put full dots on an enemy. If you're like a arms warrior, right? what are the sources of damage for you? Auto attacks, mortal strikes, overpower. So every global you have something to hit, right? And then you have a bleed. Maybe a bleed desyncs, so it's like damage, 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 damage. For a rogue, you have corrode, rupture, poison, auto attack, main hand, off hand, and global. So your damage is like in a second. Which is a sound that a lot of the people out there on a lonely Valentine's Day are doing right now. But what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of little hits. There's a lot of little hits from rogues. Every one of those hits has a chance to proc your corruptions. Arcane mages are just about arcane blast, arcane blast, arcane blast, arcane blast. But a Destro Warlock will have your dot, your pet, your infernal, radiating fire, auto attack, and that's another source. Big chaos bolts. Or a fire mage with your mastery, you always have a dot rolling too. Master blasters, fire blast, or whatever. Demon hunters in the same boat too. Like they have a lot of bleeds, a lot of auto attacks. If you go for immolation aura, that's also aura that radiates from you. The more abilities for you to, the more sources of damage you have, the more procs essentially. So for certain classes, you get more procs than others, and assassination rogues are especially good because of all the dots that they have. So many small sources of damage doesn't allow them to go for a massive like 200k in venom, because that'll be broken. But because they have so many little sources, it works well for them. Is actually basically how I would explain it. Just killed Naruto outside. Stop ganking, bro. Lol. No. Alrighty. Get us in, then we exit for a couple of weeks. What? One more game, and you guys exit? I don't want you guys to leave. Athaman and Kenny. Let's get Athaman and Kenny in here, man. Because we got Snoopy, and Atha said you got some new people in there, some fresh blood. So I want to see some new people, man. We'll get them in there, yeah? And we'll get them in there, boys. I like to get one with the red or out the road clay cannon builds. Play glass cannon builds? There's not really a lot of glass cannon builds unless you go for full corruption. So Twitch. I guess I can see with full corruption, yeah? I can see it. I want to see Seawark wreck people as arcane plays tomorrow, boys. Boy type. Tomorrow. I did not think personal attempts to Vendetta Windows will smack some people out. That's true. That's also another playstyle. Good night, Dalaran. Good night, Dalaran. With the PvP, I want to see the blood, dude. Let's get in some duels, man. We got ourselves Team Blue with Atha. Saying you want some fresh new blood, so he picked up himself Sevix as a Feral Druid, Sivia as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves Zetan. That's a new name we haven't seen in the Arsonist. How you doing, my man? Play the assassination. Please, Feral Druids, be out of cat form and out of stealth unless you're dueling. Rogues, be out of stealth unless you're dueling. Paladins, keep your buffs to yourselves. Mages can share the intellect buff, and the food Remuri, you're free to share your warrior buff as it is allowed in the duels. Kenny going for the Frost Mage playstyle. Just still sticking to the Arcane Omega on a Feral. Got us Remuri in the back as a Fury Warrior, and looks like it's going to be Snoopy coming in, sealing the show as a Feral Druid. Zetan should be aware that Snoopy is the only one that's a stealth. That means this man is dueling. As long as everybody else is also in stealth, then we should be good to go. That's gonna be Snoopy trying to see if he can sneak up onto Zetan. Does land the opener. How big of an opener are we gonna go see out of Snoopy? Actually playing the Breath of the Dying build right now. Huge damage. Stars and everything. Zetan is already below half health. How about you go for the big rocket, dude? Look at this rocket man right here. Snoopy trying to get himself a bit of a reset. Thorns are up and running. Zetan is actually burning through his own health. Might have to bubble. Oh my god. Within less than a minute, Snoopy is already obliterating Zetan. As Zetan sells wings, wants to maintain that damage, is gonna have to go for self-heals, but his health is super low. Is he gonna be able to do anything with Snoopy right now? He does have himself a corruption that is going to do percentage health damage, but is he going to be able to get much value out of it? Short stone Zetan, he does trick it out of it. Barely any health left. Snoopy just got a big old bite, and down he goes. Does he finish? He finishes him off with Breath of the Dying. So the next Breath of the Dying is going to do more damage. It's a 5-second cooldown. It's going to do 100% more damage. So if Snoopy can get some cooldowns rolling and hit him with a big breath, that could be a lot of damage. Arsonist is Assassin Rogue. This is going to be up next. It's going to be a road opener. Snoopy actually lands a stun into Arsonist instead. It's going to hit him with quite a big breath into a huge bite, and Arsonist eating those stars for breakfast. Does get a stun into Snoopy. Snoopy not shrinking out of that one. Evasion up and running for Arsonist. Does to himself Echo and Void. Snoopy just has to pop himself with that. Thorns, and Arsonist just does not want to hit into it whatsoever. Does catch advantage. And Snoopy is basically at full health. 1 minute and 39 seconds into the duels. ASUS is getting reopened on Dust Streak and blind on Snoopy. Trying to recover his health. The blades are so big, he can't do much about it. Trying to still get himself resets. Does he finally get himself a full reset? This man's been struggling for a reset, dude. Somebody give him a reset. No, he does not get one. Stars more. Kidney shot onto Snoopy. Not tricking out of it. Arson just trying to do as much damage as Snoopy at this point while he can. Does have Cloak of Shadows, not like he'll be able to use it. And Snoopy does end up getting that breath execute. That means the next breath again is going to do even more damage. He's just building up those breath stacks, man. Just making breath get stronger and stronger and stronger. It looks like he wants to go for a bit of an auto duel with Atho. Does go for that bow with him. Is going to get himself a regrowth. He just wants to be like, hey, I acknowledge you. How you doing, my man? That's going to be an opener by Snoopy. Instant trinket out of Atheman through adaptation. Trinket coming out for Snoopy. Yes, he's walling himself. Thorns are up. Is going to get a root onto Atho as he's bailing out of those wings. Was that real wings out of Atho or is that middle-long wings? I'm pretty sure those are real wings as he's going to mount up. Trying to see if he can catch up Snoopy. If he goes for any kind of AoE with Ash Veins maybe, that would do work. That's going to be a star still flying for Snoopy. Does need some damage from that Shield of Vengeance though. He's going to get a short stun onto Atho. He's going to go for a self-heal instead. Atho still has all the defenses in the world. He's going to go for a second set of wings, trying to go for some big damage onto Snoopy. Actually doing quite a bit, forcing a wall out of Snoopy. Could be quite critical for him. No more trick available for Snoopy. Atho looks like he has himself in such a good advantage. A bop and bubble still available. Snoopy dropping quite low. Oh, he has the mobility. Bash into Atho. He could go for a bop. Snoopy super low. Does he get hit with a slow? And looks like Atho is going to double pony up. Hard to Snoopy. Looks like he's going to have him. And down goes the barrel. Atho taking Snoopy out, so that the rest of Team Red can actually get a chance to play the game. Snoopy came in with some strong, massive barrel damage, but I think Atho, what happened with him? He went for a double pony. If he didn't have double pony, Snoopy would have gotten away with him immediately. That was well done. Atho just going for a bit of a prayer for his fallen brethren. Who's next in Team Red? I think a lot of those guys were like, you know what? If it's Snoopy going first, I ain't getting to play today. But like, wait, he lost? Now we actually get to play. What is the order again? Let's just do a real quick roll, boys. Real quick roll. Next up is going to be Omega Paladins. Bathaman just already burst against one of the best pharaohs we've seen in these duels. One of the champs of the champs. And Omega could potentially be amongst those champs one day. But it's going to be twisted appendage for Omega. Bathaman's trying to get away from that thing immediately. Skull Bash trying to come out for the Feral. Does not land the kill, or does not land the interrupt onto Atho. So that's going to be an opportunity for the Paladin to get some reversal damage onto Omega. Omega without a trinket actually, so it could be pretty bad for him. Wings coming out for Atho. Is going to go for a Templar. Omega is trying to see if he can bail out of there. No pre-wall coming out or anything. Paladin's trying to make it over to the Feral, but he's going to power shift himself out of there. Does have cooldowns of his own rolling. It's going to be Atho catch himself a bit of a heal. Omega without an offensive anymore, and Atho still has wings. Gonna get opened up by the Feral. Adaptation does not proc onto this one, and it's gonna be a short slow onto Omega, but doesn't really get too far away with that slow, or doesn't really get too much of an effectiveness with that slow. Atho is going to be able to get himself a couple heals. He should be on DR for a little bit. Omega is hanging out by the eye in case Atho goes to hit it. But it looks like the Feral is going to wait until DRs are down. He's going to get a short stun onto Atho. I think that was still DR'd. It's going to make it harder to catch a bash onto Atho. Bash to follow. It was DR bash, but not fully DR, I don't think. Shield of Vengeance all for Atho right now. Might be able to get a big pop onto Omega. Is going to go for wings off of that Hodge. Trying to get a massive Templar's Verdict in there as well. Double Templars onto Omega. Trying to burst him down. Thorns is up for Omega right now. Shield of Vengeance does pop to his face, but he did a wall up and running. Trying to get himself as much self-killing as possible off of this, but it's going to be Atho sending him more damage. Is going to pony up with Hand of Freedom. No slows for this Paladin staying on top of the cat the whole time. Wall coming out for Omega. Atherman still holding on to a bubble if anything. Does have adaptation. Does have Shield of Vengeance. Try to get a cast into Omega, hoping maybe to get a Skull Bash out of him. And Omega is looking to catch a full reset with Atho. Double pony coming up with Hodge to follow. Atho might be able to end it here. Does he have enough damage? It looks like he does not quite have enough damage. He needs to get some sort of a corruption proc. Does have Echo and Void that has been nerfed. Not nerfed for PvP, it's doing the same PvP damage as before. Tricky coming out for Atho. Might be able to get a big execute onto Omega. Barely has him down. That's going to be more hammers flying out of the Paladin. Omega tried to go for a bit of a reset on him, but Atho does take out two Pharaohs, boys. Two Pharaohs in a row. All these Pharaohs that would have made it harder for Sylvia and Sevix. Actually, he has the Pharaohs of his own, dude. He's a cat kind of person either way. He's a cat man, dude. He knows how to deal with cats. But next up is going to be Rumura as a Fury Warrior Mechanome. versus Atho. Atho has shield events coming up in about 30-40 seconds. No Ballistic Protection, no adaptation for a little bit, so that stun is going to be full. And Bubble is up. Is he going to want to use it against Rimuru here? Does it wings up and run? It's going to be Reflect available for Rimuru. Athaman trying not to reflect a Hodge into himself. Does get a Hodge into Rimuru, but that's going to be a trinket for Rimuru with a Blaze Storm right after. And Atha is just going to walk out of there with a Hand of Freedom after getting a Hand of Hindrance onto the Warrior. 7 minutes in, boys. We got dampening racking up quite a bit. 30% dampening. Does Rimuru have any kind of crazy good corruptions for this? He might need some in order to get an upper hand off of Atha. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It looks like Atha is very, very minor in his corruptions. Probably should have went for Atha probably should have went for the tentacle, because I know he has a tentacle corruption. Rimuru popping off his own images. He got some other Mechanom boys joining the fight, beating up Atha. Does hit him with a disarm. Atha trying to see if he can AoE this images out. Look how slowly dude the waddle to him. He's actually getting beat up on all fronts, but he's doing just fine. Does reflect a Hodge back into himself. Rimuru is actually going to be safe from a Hammer of Justice. His health is still not looking all that good, but at least no Hodge. Rimuru might be able to recover in health. That's going to be stars, I think, hitting Atha by Rimuru. And Atha might just have to bubble this if he's not aware with stars. He actually might go down very quickly. It's going to be Shield Avengers for Atha right now. Fear by Rimuru. Atha does have adaptation automatically proc. There's going to be Shield Avengers down. Bubble coming down for Atha as there's going to be massive heals for Rimuru with Enraged Regeneration. But for Atha, he was dropping low. He needed to bubble. That wasn't even a bubble to stop the healing from Rimuru. It just worked out that way. Rimuru not really looking all that good in the health as he charges right back at Atha. It's going to hit him with a stun. Used to get those Bloodthirsts back to back. Used to get a lot of Arcane Stars procs. If he wants to beat Atha, he actually might be able to do this with just stars if he can make him proc. Needs to avoid the next Hodge out of Atha. Does he have the Reflect for that? Is he going to be able to do it? Reflect comes out as Atha tried to delay it a little bit. That's going to be a Hodge under Rimuru. Is he going to go down right now? Last set of Crucible is going to be it. Next up is Chess. As an Arcane Mage should have the easiest time against a Red Paladin. This is the most mobile class versus one of the least mobile classes in the game. So Chess should have a massive advantage there. Athaman mounting up, just letting Chess know that, hey, yo, we're on a duel here, man, you know? Chess is going to be able to get himself a Viz. He does pop in Viz in the opener. He would have popped one anyway against Atha. Would have gotten the polymorph either way. He's going to get interrupted on the Atha. He's trying to heal. Actually, Atha has no defenses available. Trying to go for a Crucible self-heal. That's about all he has. Flashlights are coming out. Does he get knocked up in the air? That could see a knockup for Mage. She's actually just trying to do everything he can to kill Atha right then and there. Barely any health. Needs to go for a heal. Nothing he could do. And that was it, man. That was it. The dampening just so high, and Atha had no cooldowns available. And now it's going to be Pharaoh's up and running versus Chet's. Sylvia is up next. Looks like Sylvia is the one playing with intermittent stars, but looks like Chet's is the one, or is it Chet's the one with stars? Because Sylvia is the one taking a lot of damage right now. It's going to be Arcane Missiles from a distance onto Sylvia. How much a pop wall right now? Big body Chet's trying to turn around. Chet's has plenty of health. He's going to go for Invis to give himself 40%, no, 60% damage reduction. Oh my god! What was that? Hit him with a big breath at the end, man. Big breath to execute. That did so much damage. And that's going to be immediate Icebug from Sevix. Is he blooded the enemy? Did he just blooded the enemy him? I think he might have blooded the enemy that made just now. It's gonna be rude. Sevix does not want to power shift out of cat form. He likes the cat form too much. That could be an skull bash out of Sevix any moment. Does go for a big leap on the chest, trying to stay on him. Bash on the chest, doesn't have a way out of it. Does get a temporal though. 32% dampening. A temporal isn't gonna be as powerful as he thinks it is. This is gonna chase the Pharaoh away with Arcane Missiles. Oh my god! The Arcane Mage damage just out of nowhere. Just whenever he wants to burst, man, he gets it. I want to burst and I get it. Atha came in with big slaps. We also had Chess just shred through the team. 3 kills for him. And Snoopy. Cannot forget about Snoopy. Massively strong opener for him as well. Actually insane, boys. Actually insane. Is there any food that works in arena besides mage food? I don't know if there is, actually. I would have no idea. Warwick, you got a group? I have a group ready. Not too many new faces. Okay, we can get you going. We also gotta get Laska in there too. Just showing up Arcane burst damage. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Well played. Fastest shield as he popped it. Oh, oof. It's nice when your missiles go through walls. I know, right? But otherwise, like, I think I'd be busted if it wouldn't, man. Down beard game on point. Honestly, I gotta work on the beard some more. But I appreciate Scoutfall. I got a bunch of barbershop got cleaned up, man. I wanna shorten the beard a little bit to make it look a little better. It looks better on camera than not on camera, but thanks, man. Appreciate you. Can I join Battle.net? Yes, Dalaran hashtag 1340, boys. Any one of you are more than welcome to, man. If you got a group or anything. Is Sylvia from the oldest players? I don't remember Sylvia, but maybe they've been around. But it's not a name that rings a bell like some of the other names. And then again, I died in a matter of seconds. I'm sorry, dude. It's okay, man. Better luck next time, you know? We do this for fun either way, man. These are all for fun. It's for fun hanging out with the boys, you know what I mean? Still same group, ready when you are? Okay, we got Warwick has a group, Jack has a group. Should we get Jack versus Warwick? I think Lasko also wanted to play too. Wait, isn't Jack Fortune? Did Fortune get to play, or is Fortune another alt? Is that what it is? Let's do Warwick and Jack. Let's do that. I don't know if Alex is a group or not. We can get him in as well. Warwick and Jacques. I'm Carrie, but faction changed to Horde. Oh, Carrie. Oh shit. Okay. Wait, what's your warrior's name now? Is it still Carrie? Again? Hahaha. Yeah. Well, either way, man. Either way works for me. Did it bug? Do we need to do it again? Okay, he says again. Again. I gotcha. Is this EU or America? EU, boys. EU. World second. World second is off. That's the region we're on. I'm sorry, that's toxic. I'm sorry, dude. NA doesn't get to be world first anything ever, okay? Let me gloat here for a second. Just wait until next year. Until next year, dude. It's gonna be gone. I'll wipe my smile off my face. I'll go back to the trash where I belong. Anybody will join you in choosing them? So how we do the groups is we get people to we get 2 people that have me out in reality to queue and make groups themselves. So somebody makes a group 5V5 1v1 Duels, another person makes 5V5 1v1. They fill up their groups until there's 5 people in each group, and then they let me know by real ID, hey, we're ready, and I'll queue them against one another, and we'll spectate as they get to play. So 10 people get to play, and however many people get to watch them, plus me. So that's kind of how we do it. If you're new to these, give it like 3 or 4 months, so we could do a battle dueling. Yeah, more balanced than the corruption. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. But battle dueling, dude. One day, dude. One day. You never know, dude. That could be a big brain play right there, dude. That could be some big brain entertainment we'll have to crash into. You know what I mean? Switch. We got our boy here, dude. Got your can, my man. Oh my god, you look beautiful. How you doing, buddy? Did you get any cool corruptions? Hey, look at this. This eyeball boy was like, yo, what's up, cat? You just want to like, hey, I'm a big fan, and ran off. He's like, well, I gotta look cool with my Warlock. What's up, man? How you doing? We got Price in here as well. Oh, change up his mark a little bit. We got Roses as a. Oh, Roses. That's a perfect day because it's a Valentine's Day. Roses, Shinja, and E. We also got ourselves Dirksbrand on Team Red. We got ourselves Firo Soar. There's a Boomer on EU character. We got Money as well. Prox in a back. Playing as a. Wait, Pika Pillow, Prox. Okay, Pika is a Boomy, Prox is a Feral. Okay, I swapped to the wrong person for a second. Stun's coming out by Dirksbrand. Does a big twisted appendage procking happening for him. Is going to hit him with a Death Coil into a Fear to Fall. It does get a dot as well as a Breath playstyle for Shinja this time. Is going to go for another Fear onto Dirksbrand. He's taking quite a bit of damage. No trigger available for Dirksbrand anymore. Does go for a killing spree onto Shinja, but it's going to hit him with a stun and a slow right after. Twisted appendages are proccing by the Rogue, but Shinja so far has been able to do quite a bit of damage to Dirksbrand. Is getting hit by that Maledict, trying to actually go Sippy Cup and burn through all that Maledict by self-healing himself through it. Vanish coming out as soon as the Infernal joins the fight. Wall was used by Shinja, and all Dirksbrand essentially needs to do right now is just wait until Shinja's Infernal is done. Shinja should only swap to the Succubus pet in order to deal with the melee a little bit better. What's up, Dirksbrand? Loving your mog, man. You look a little piratey, man. You got them sabers in each hand, but it's going to be Infernal up and running for Shinja for not too long. That's going to be Infernal still in the game for a little bit. As double stun coming out for Dirksbrand, he's going to get hit with a Death Coil and the Fear right after. The Infernal does dissipate. That's still going to be Chaos Bolt for free. Onto Dirksbrand, could have went for a feint there. Actually, I don't even know if it worked for him because he probably used a different talent. That's going to be Shinja. Wait, is Shinja playing Death build, Breath of the Dying, or is he playing Crucible? I can't even tell anymore. It looked like he was playing Breath earlier. It's going to be freebie Casebolt on Dirksbind. Does hit him with a stun. And Shinja might want to go for the Warlock Gateway to try to bail out. That's going to be Dirksbind. Still staying on top of him. Might be able to drop the fear. Does kick the fear. But a Casebolt does come out for free. Kill spree to fall for Dirksbind. Does get the safeguard trinket from Shinja. Fear coming out by the Warlock to follow. But it's going to be able to get out of it pretty quickly on. Stun on Shinja could be the end of the game. Mark for Death coming out by Dirksbind. And does get that run through at the end. Rose is going to be up next. Trying to see if he can intercept Dirksbind. Hitting him with a Stormbolt behind the pillar. That's going to get on top of the guy with a Blade Storm. Letting that Mastery dots pick up. That's going to be Dirksbind. I think it looks like it's going to be Roses with the Arc, with the Infinite Stars. Does go for a Warbreaker, but getting hit on Disarm during the cooldown. Dirksbind is actually going to be able to bail away from there. Does go for a Gouge as Roses tries to connect. The Warbreaker was up for a second, but the Colossal Smash effect, the ability to go through all that extra armor is gone for Roses. Does still have good sustain. Used to get some bleeds onto Dirksbind and just auto attack him through. That'll be still a decent amount of damage either way. But the Warbreaker big burst that he had is just kind of out of the window. It's going to be stunned by Dirksbind into Roses. Probably going to go for a full mark for the stun right after. Actually going to be a Stormbolt. Twisted Appendage just connect to Roses. It's going to be parry up, but Dirksbind trying to take the least amount of damage from Roses as they go for massive Avatar. It's going to be huge damage by Dirksbind. And actually the Twisted Appendage ends up taking him out by the end of it. E is going to be up next. We actually will call him Lee because I feel like E is just weird. It'll be like E. Disarm for disarm right now for both Lee as well as Dirksbind. Gonna be Stormbolt by Lee onto the Rogue, and Dirksbind trying to see if he bail out of it. That's gonna be quite a big amount of damage out of the Fury Warrior out of nowhere. Dirksbind needs to get himself a reroll of the bones. Gonna go for a Gouge into Lee with a stunning trinkets out of it. Blind to follow. Wants to control this warrior as best as possible. Trying to roll himself for buffs. Actually got himself quite good buffs. What kind of a setup does Dirksbind play for traits? Actually, I do want to know what traits to say run. Just to know for sure. It's going to be a bit of a killing spree by Dirksbind. Lee walking out of there for a second, letting that fear sit for a long time. It's going to get a charged Stormbolt onto Dirksbind. It's going to give him that heal damage. It actually got his own Twisted Appendage as well by the looks of it. Looks like Dirksbind killed that thing immediately, and it's going to get a stun onto Lee and try to get out. Twisted Appendage hitting him right now. Does it with his arm. Maybe could punch the Twisted Appendage. Actually, used to punch that thing right now. It looks like he did land a punch there. The man he can get into give it that 1-2, 1-2. You know what I mean? Some Mike Tyson strats. But Lee getting hit with a Gouge is going to Zerker Rage out of his stun to follow him. The Dirksbind is actually able to kite the warrior quite a bit. Actually been able to do quite a good job of it so far. Just line him around, stuns, gouges, and everything. As using Sprint to try to stay ahead of Lee as best as possible. Needs to get another stun available soon. Lee is just slowed forever. Does get his Bloodthirst in from time to time in order to clean himself of slows. Landing a stun onto Dirksbind and a good heal. Hasn't popped a big defensive yet. Dirksbind looking to get a stun into Lee, trying to get some damage in as well himself. He's going to use his own cloak, I guess, to deal with some of the corruption negative effects that are attacking him right now. Disarm into Lee. He could go for disarm of his own. It's going to be a stun, but Dirksbind is going to be short stun. And Dirksbind is going to try to run away while he's disarmed. There's going to be a appendage spawning on him. He used to pistol shot the appendage immediately. Does kill it immediately. And it's going to go for advantage. It looks like it's a bit of a back and forth with his Fury Warrior out of the rogue business here. It's going to be a little bit back and forth. Dirksbind opening up with the shortest cheap shot ever. Killing shot or trinket coming out of that Stormbolt into a killing spree onto Lee. Lee taking quite a bit of damage. Dirksbind is trying to dance around the guy. Hitting him with a pretty big crucible right there. Gouge to follow. Zerker Rage coming out for Lee is going to be immune to any kind of saps or gouges. Dirksbind does himself for a mark for death ready for Lee. I think he went for roll the bones instead. Has parry up if he needs a defensive. He's going to use a Cloak of Shadow right now. I don't really know if you need to use a cloak. Maybe as a trait with Cloak of Shadow. It's going to be a fear for Lee. Just trying to wait out the parry for a little bit longer. Into a Stormbolt Dirksbind could be enough right here for an execute. It's going to be Twisted Appendage. Oh my god. Dirksbind does go down. Lee and Dirks are just having a massive back and forth with one another for quite a bit of time. And only the champion survived. Going to be reflected. Casbolt back to Furosar. Actually, he's not going to have his own diminishing effects. He does have this like Fell Fissure under him that is reducing healing by 50%. Does that actually affect him if he gets reflected? It's going to be a appendage onto Furosar. He's actually melted in the appendage right now. Doesn't kill it. Does see it for the last second. Backpedaling out of there. He's not prepared for this dual Stormbolt to follow. As he's trying to see if he can just punish the Warlock with all the damage. It's going to be saved. It's going to be a bit of a second SCC coming out onto Lee. But the Infernal Immolation Aura breaks it almost immediately. Fear landed for a little bit long onto him. Lee could have a Reflect up, but that's going to be Reflect. Yeah, back Casbolt. Double Casbolt. Oh my god. Lee with a double Casbolt Reflect onto Fear. So Fear was not ready. Lee, 2 names under the bag, man. What else do we need? Money. We need that money too. Lee's gonna go get that money. It's my money, and I need it now. Call JJ Wentworth. What if I did my streams and I just plugged like random like TV companies? Just like that, like in a very cheesy way. Tricky coming out for money immediately as he's starting to see the pressure from the Fury Warrior. He's actually doing quite a bit of dot damage to Lee, but he's gonna get a charge in. And a heal of money is still throwing those poisons back and forth. Lee, as long as he's able to get a bloodthirst off of money, he's able to cleanse himself off of all those slows. He's gonna go for Blaze Storm into a disarm to follow. Money cannot even kill the shot the guy right now. And Lee is going to get a Twisted Appendage Fear onto Money. That Appendage actually is going to break the Fear. It's still doing quite a bit of damage. Money does land decided for a last second, but a Safeguard Trinket does proc. Blind onto Lee. Money needs to get himself a big reset. Lee has not even used Enrage Regeneration yet. This man still has a massive trick up his sleeve. Also has Warlock Hellstones from Pricey. Does he need a fresh new batch of Warlock cookies? He might need to, man. He might need to go picking up eyes. Money is playing more of a defensive build, while Dirgebind was more about getting into enemy's face, getting on top of him. Money was kind of backing up. And maybe Money's being aggressive here. Maybe that'll go bad for him in the future. It's going to be Cloak used, I believe, by Lee. Stormbolt on the Money. Doesn't have an answer for this. Could be an execute right now by the Fury Warrior. Money is trying to see if he can vanish out of there. Oh, Whirlwind taking him out. Shouldn't have Shadow Step. Prox is going to be up next. Lee still has Enrage Regeneration, if anything. Did not get the opener onto the Feral. Might need to go for a massive heal. Commanding Shout coming out immediately. He's going to go for the Bloodthirst as soon as he can. Needs to get a stun into a Prox as soon as possible to try to force trinkets out of him, but he just used Fear. He's going to get himself the Reflect rolling for those Thorns, and Prox is not canceling those Thorns. Lee still taking quite a bit of damage. Stormbolt onto Prox. He does trinket out of it. Does get a charge heal while Enrage Regen is up. Lee got himself quite a bit of healing. Prox needs to stop that healing. ASAP is going to go for Blaze Storm. Does he get a second charge? Does not get the Bloodthirst he needed. Prox does not have a trinket anymore. Bash onto Lee right now. Could be quite a bit of damage. Prox is still just continuing to shred through the guy. Lee needs to somehow recover. Needs to get quite a bit of damage going. Needs to get a proc for Corruption immediately onto Prox. Stormbolt him as soon as possible and just lock the Feral down. He is trying to get some damage back in. Trying to manage himself at a 23% dampener, which is going to be quite big the longer the game goes on. Still landing those slows onto Prox somehow. Hits him with a Stormbolt, but he doesn't get to touch him. We'll be able to catch up to him in the last second. Does finally get the Bloodthirst in there. But Thorns are up. He's going to get a Reflect rolling. He's going to get a Corruption rolling right after. Prox immediately kills it. And Lee is on the run for a little bit. That's going to be a Breath of the Dying build for Prox. Oh my god, dude. The Breath is just going to be the end. I mean, he's in execute range. Somehow that appendage did tag Prox. Is that going to keep him in combat? I think the bleeds have got Lee down. I think he's done with the bleeds, man. I think it's all he can't even do anything right now. Might be able to somehow get him out. Nope. One big shred. That's all it took. And Prox takes him out. Kachikan as a Fury Warrior God is up next. Only he can beat Prox. And he gave the Warrior Sacrifice to Lee, dude. The Warrior Sacrifice. Him versus Prox. What kind of corruption does Kachikan have? He doesn't look corrupted whatsoever. He doesn't look like he has a lot of corruption effects on him. Maybe he's running none. Bash onto Kachikan as Prox is getting himself a massive opener. It's going to go for the wall immediately. Actually, just trying to dumpster Kachikan. It's going to be Breath of the opener. Trying to get Kachikan to that 50% health setup. And Kachikan is going to charge right in with a Zerker's Rage, man. With Reckless. Double charge. Kachikan is going to go for the double charge. No Stormbolt for his build. Trying to see if he can catch up to Prox, but Prox is going to use Dash to get away. Kachikan try to leap on top of him and hit him slow. He's going to have a double leap. 2 leaps available. Didn't really get too much value out of it. And it looks like we now know what Corruption Kachikan is rolling. He's rolling the Shulvaz weapon from, I think it's Hive Mind? Or no, not Hive Mind. It is Maut, maybe? I think it's Maut. It gives you 5% more armor, and as long as you're in combat every 30 seconds, you'll be able to do this hit on a single enemy target based on your armor. It'll do quite a bit of damage. I think Kachikan is dead, dude. I'm just trying to figure out if Kachikan is going to die or not. He actually popped a Reflect for a second in case Prox is going to hit him with a Breath of the Dying. I think he just might have a Breath available too, dude. I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's just sending south. Just a shred. That's all it took. That is just unfortunate. That is just unfortunate as an opener. Pricey landing a dot onto Prox in the opener. And it's going to send the pet Succubus over there to keep him in combat. Needs to get on top of Prox, needs to get the dot rolling, needs to get those procs to work. Spicy does play a prog-based build destruction. So it could be quite good for him here. He's going to try to get a Cataclysm around the corner, but Prox does leap on top of him. That's going to be a Death Call into a Fear right out. No, not a Fear, but it's going to be a Cataclysm to follow after the Casbolt. It's going to get a massive dot rolling into Prox, and it's going to hit him with double Crucible. That's quite a bit of damage for Prox to deal with. Is trying to heal this as much as possible right now, trying to build those combo points off of the pet and trying to use them as fast as he can. Actually obliterates the Succubus pet. He did so much damage to it. He went through so many combo points in order to get himself this regrows back to back for free. It's going to be Infernal coming down with a Casbolt to follow onto Prox. Prox is actually going to be surrounded by the Warlock and the army. Going to hit him with the Breath of the Dying. Immolate does hit Prox. He does have a gateway if he wants to get next to the Feral. Trying to see if he can Cataclysm him around the corner, maybe. Looks like Pricey is not going to go to the Warlock gateway just yet. He just wants to kind of save that for a little bit later. Then Infernal is doing a bit of damage to Prox. The Immolation Aura is doing quite a bit. Does get hit with a Conflag into a Death Call. Does get interrupted onto Pricey with a badge to follow. I believe he interrupted him on a Fear. Now that's going to be quite a bit of damage out of the Feral. Trying to land the Immolate does land, and Pricey gets quite a bit of health with the Warlock Health. And it could be anyone's game at this point. Pricey taking quite a bit of damage right now. Prox trying to build combo points off of the bed and trying to get himself regrows ASAP back to back to back, trying to get him as many free ones as possible. Pricey is choosing to resummon to another pet, still taking quite a bit of proc damage from Prox. Trying to land a Cataclysm around the corner, does land it, so that's going to be dots rolling. Prox is looking like he wants to end the game right now. It has Breath of the Dying, trying to pop in a bear form. It's going to be a wall for Pricey. Fear after that Casbolt. Second Casbolt to follow onto Prox with an Immolate right after. Prox still taking a bit of damage, but not the most amount. He is super low on health, 48% dampening, going back to that pet, trying to build combo points off of that thing immediately and try to get the 3 grows back to back. This is where maybe Pricey could pull the pet back, maybe go for a Succubus Seduction. Does end up killing the pet. Does that increase the damage for his next Breath of the Dying? Because it could. Pricey taking quite a big hit right now. Actually does not have anyone to heal himself, but that Death Call comes in, clutches, the bash comes in by Prox. Prox still has plenty of damage out here onto Pricey. Wall is up. Pricey trying to see if he can Warlock Gateway out of there, but low health right now might be the end, and Prox does take him out. My god, dude. With these corruption essences, the game's really turned on its head, honestly. Lee with 4.7 million damage into his deal, though. He played that super well, man. Maut, that's what it was. Yeah, Maut. That's the boss that gives you the Shu Vaz weapon. It's actually not a... I don't think it's a terrible weapon, but a lot of people said it's kind of bad. Oh, yeah, Shu Vaz. That's the one. Because I didn't say this Shu Vaz. I just do a Shu Vaz. Just ignore the SK at the beginning. Get Obsidian Skin, increasing your armor 5%. While in combat, explode with Obsidian Destruction every 30 seconds, dealing shadow damage equal to 700% of your armor. They even buffed it, but apparently people said it's not that good. I feel like it's one of the better corruptions, because there's some corruptions that are really, really bad. So this is one of the better ones. I feel like even Echo and Void is worse on this thing right now. Depends, unless you have like a lot of health and you have the best Echo and Void possible. Athos still already got one new. Awesome! Let's get another one up and running, man. Let's get Athos group versus somebody else right after, yeah? Very unfortunate how that happened. Should we go Laska versus Atho? Laska has the group, man. Let me know, guys, if you have a group. Jack is ready. Oh, maybe we'll get him in. Typical Progs is dotting and running away. How might you have fallen? Ah, come on, man. You're just trying to win. I understand that sometimes like some of the strats that people use to win are not super enjoyable to watch, but what can you do? How do you spectate modal? I do. It's a match called Invite Spectator Match. There was a tweet by Halinka a while ago with Invite Spectator Match space bnet space number space arena space number. And people were like, what the fuck is that macro? So they plugged it in and was like, wait, that's how Blizzard does those spectator matches. So you do / invite spectator match, no spaces. Space after that one. Battle tag name 1 of first party member. Space. Battle tag name 2 of the second party member. Space. Number. The number represents how many people in each group. For us it's 5, so we do 5. Space, and you can either leave it as that or type the arena name if you want a specific name. If you choose an arena, you can also choose if you want tournament rules or not. I don't know if tournament rules work anymore, because the scaling kind of deals with tournament rules already. But back then, tournament rules would standardize everybody's like item level and health bars or whatever. But I don't know if that matters anymore, because now you just go to tournament realms and you buy the gear you want. You just put on the gear you want in those realms. Only one you to here. Alright, Morton, we'll get you in an SAP, man. Have people complain about Feral Druid? Yeah? Oh man. 8 expansions and people still complain about it for others. Is that what the AXP means? Or is it 8 XP experience? Screw druids and pillars. Yeah, you don't like it? Yeah, I get a lot of those, man. Please saying Lee, that's Carrie. Well, his name is not Carrie, his name is I, but I just call him Lee because E is weird. If I call him E, I think it's weird, but it's letters I. Letter I, should I call him I? Because I feel like it's weird, so I'll call him E. So I'll call him Lee. If you were to type in Lii, I would probably call it Lee. Like Lee Ming. Like a name like Lee Ming. On New Today, yes it is Daniel. With the addition of lethal strikes and corruption kind of makes the dark class a bit more busted. Yeah, I agree. I agree, because lethal strikes is huge for outlaw, but it's insanely good for dark classes. Unless you're like a warlock. Apparently for warlocks, for their dots, it's not as good as you think it would be. But like any class that has one singular dot, because it's really any classes that have like a dot, any classes that have a dot, but not really helping classes that are dot classes. Like for a feral, they have rake and rip. That's a dot. They kind of need it for gameplay. So do assassination rogues and affliction warlocks. But affliction warlocks have a lot of dots. It's not like the more dots you have, the better it works. You know what I mean? Like it's like the least amount of dots you have, the better it is, right? If you have one dot, it's beautiful. If you have 2 dots, it's beautiful. If you have 3 or more, not worth, because you have to send the globals and it doesn't proc more. But I guess, you know. One hint, next expansion feral will steal the dot and go for a pillar. Probably. Unless Blizzard decide to change it like they did in WoD. Because remember back in WoD, they were like all about big bites. So who got a group, boys? Let me know in reality if you got a group right now. Atos says he's got a group. It will allow it for Affliction work, make him shine for once. Dude, yeah, I feel like Affliction needs to have more procs because of more dots. They have more dots to put up on enemies, and I feel like it should proc for them more, but it just doesn't. For Affliction Warlocks, what they need essentially is corruption that deal with percentage health damage, since they have a lot of health. So they can take advantage of it. So Twilight Devastation at max rank, or even at rank 2, is really strong. I had one from a Warlock, and I actually did I did a Heroic Warfront. And it's like, it's a Heroic Warfront, so it's not like my damage is really going to matter. It's not really a full PvE, PvP scenario. So it's like, you know, sometimes you hit in some enemies that are just running all over the place. It's not like adds like function the same in a dungeon or a raid. But that works really well either way, whether I was doing like a boss fight or like a massive enemies getting grouped together. And for Affliction, it worked really, really well because that thing could spawn and it is based on your health. So when it spawns, you have a lot more health than every other class. Since you're a Warlock, you just pass a lot more health. And it just scales really well with Warlocks based on that. But yeah, I can give us a what's up, Evgeny. How you doing, my man? Jeez, if only I wasn't drunk from this party I'd join. It's all good, Anthony. Hope you're having a good one, my man. Someone say more dots? Boys, who do we have in here? Canny, Alex, Jack, Warwick, Lasco. Who do we have up and running for Duels next, boys? I know we have Atho. More dots. They should reduce dot duration and buff its damage. I feel like they should just buff damage of dots for Affliction Warlocks in PvP. You ready? Alright, we can get Jack in. Just to remind you. Let's get Jack and Athaman then. Hi there, what's up, Anthony? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good dude. What's up, David? How you doing, my guy? This is talent? You think so? Maybe. Oh, there is a talent actually for Affliction Warlocks where their dots are, they tick faster or they tick through the full duration faster. But it's not that good in PvP, you know? You get more dot ticks, but the haze buff is a lot better with Dark Zone stability. But maybe for like duels, it might be better just to do that. 50 DKP minus. Oh my god. Alright, let's get another one going, yeah? Alrighty. Switch. We got ourselves Team Red with Athaman leading the charge as a Red Paladin. We got ourselves Cure Light as... Oh, Cure Light. I thought it was Cure Light. As a Light Forged on an alpaca. Look at those hooves. Look at your alpaca hooves. I guess you're not related. Samix is a feral, Sylvia is a feral, and Arsonist as Assassinist Rogue Worgen versus Katrikan on Team Blue. Price is the Desert Warlock on Team Blue. Rose is Arms Warrior. Got us a Shinja. And we got... I'll try to call you Carrie, but this is Carrie. Cerrey as a warrior. I'm not gonna call him Lee anymore. I'm gonna call him Carrie. I'll probably mess up. I'll probably mess it up a couple times, but just so you know, I'm trying. It's gonna be Kidney Shot off the bat as pricey. Getting open on by Arsonist. He got himself that Echo and Void pulse setting already onto the Warlock. But Succubus CC is coming out clutch. He's going to get a dot immolation aura or immolation onto Arsonist. Is going to shrink it out of the fear. Still eating that Casbolt. Does not go for an interrupt. It's going to be an interrupt missing as he gets juked on that fear. Second Casbolt right after. And Cataclysm to follow. For Pricey, double Crucible into Arsonist. He does pop himself his own self heal. That's going to be Warlock trying to see if he can get a Cloak of Shadows out of the Rogue. It's going to be Infernal and Casbolt might just end him. No Cloak of Shadows by Arsonist, shrinking it a little bit too early, and Pricey was able to lock him down with a massive Infernal before the minute was even over. Is going to get a dot up and running onto Cutie Light, not even letting him get himself like a proper setup. It's going to be Hodge onto Pricey. Cutie might need to go for massive damage. Is going to give himself a Shield of Vengeance. It's going to be a Horror Effect running him in the other direction. Bubble coming out for the Paladin a little bit early. Pricey popping on the wall right now, trying not to use the Warlock Gateway just yet, unless he actually used it early against the Rogue. He might have. Fear onto Pure with a Casbolt right after. Did have a beefed up Casbolt with an Infernal, but looks like the Paladin is going to handle Freedom themselves the hell out of there. It's like a little bit small. It looks like Engineer and Helmet is in use there. But it's going to cycle between making them big and small. And it's going to cycle between Haze Buff and Stats. Which some people say is good. I think it's really, really bad though. Like his primary stats are just not as good as they used to be. Shot of Fury onto the Paladin. All they have is maybe a Blessing of Protection. It's going to be Fear onto Kuro, but actually DR completely. Pricey getting hit with a Hodge. Does he have the Succubus CC? It's super DR'd. Looks like there's a little bit of lag. Horror Effect coming down from Pricey at their last second. Casbolt to follow. Does he get the big damage? Fear actually lines up onto Cutie Light. That's going to be the Drain Life to follow. Does go for the Drain Our Racial. Cutie Light does not have any heals whatsoever. Barely to the left, and down they go as Pricey takes them out. Two people back to back with now, I think it's Sevix? No, it's Sylvia up next, landing an opener onto Pricey. Does get hit with a Fear. And the Warlock does go down. Sylvia does shrink it out of the Fear. Not really sure if it's a good idea because Kachikan is up next. If Kachikan could just lock him down in a single War Stomp, this could be game. Because Kachikan does not need a long stun. It's actually going to have himself quite a game as against Feral. Could go for a Reflector here. Bash coming out by Sylvia right before the Reflect comes out by Kachikan. And Sylvia is able to get away. Charge still comes out for Cat. Sylvia should have probably went for maybe a Power Shift to break himself out of slows and try to see if he can catch a reset onto Cat. Kachikan is just continuing to ramp up his damage. I'm pretty sure the stars is from Sylvia, unless Kachikan decides to swap up a couple of his corruptions. Execute available so close to Sylvia. Does go for a Master Renewal, trying to stave off the damage from the Warrior. It's going to go for a bite. Could go for Roots right now, actually. That's going to be a wall for Sylvia. It's trying to run and kite and let the dots do a lot of the work. War Stomp by Kachikan, locking down Sylvia, get him close to the execute range. Could be a game right here. Kachikan doesn't sit that stun long without Trinket. And down goes the Feral. Is going to do a massive leap, almost finding Sevix in the opener. And Sevix, I believe he is playing Blood of the Enemy. He has to be, right? Kachikan is just standing his ground, dude. He might have got himself a Reflect up and running, bursting down Sevix with a Reflect charge on the Sevix. Oh my god, runs him over. Just like that, Kachikan comes back out of nowhere, slapping up some Ferals. He just ran him over, dude. He just ran him over. Oh my goodness, Atha. I think Atha's prepared, man. I think Atha's ready. The corrupted Paladin Atha. Kachikan had to get corrupted himself as well. All purple and Nazathian looking. Purple versus greenish. The two corrupted warriors. Kachikan does get himself a Bloodthirst. I think Atha will kind of let him do it. I think that's what they're doing. I think Kachikan's like, yo, I think we should just play. I think we should just play. Judgment coming down onto Atha. That's going to be a game right now. Charge coming in for Kachikan. Is going to be able to get himself a bit of a Bloodthirst. Atha has quite a team together right now. Wings are up and running. Kachikan does himself. Blade Storm is going to go following up and does someone to Cat before any kind of Hodge comes out. Does Kachikan have a Reflect available here? He could reflect a Hodge back into Atha. Does a Reflect available? Needs to pair that together with big damage into Atha. Does go for a fear. It's going to be Adaptation out of Atha and try to see if he can just nuke down Kachikan right now. He goes for Zerker Rage or Rage Regeneration. Bubble coming down for Atha. I think Kachikan did get himself one small heal from Atha. That or Warlock Hellstone. But either way, it's going to be a full reset for the Paladin. Kachikan landing a charge heal off of Atha for a second. Shield of Vengeance and Blessing of Protection still available for Athaman right now. Reflect available for Cat. Does Atha eat it? He does not. He wants to make sure he's saving that Hammer of Justice for Kachikan at a right opportunity. So that's going to be Shield of Vengeance. Wings are up and running for Atha. Kachikan could go for Disarm, does go for Disarm. Atha does not want to use Blessing of Protection here at all. Is going to go for a Hodge onto Kachikan. Blessing of Protection does not get used. Shield of Vengeance does pop it to Cat, but not doing the most amount of damage. Gachika still has commanding shot, but getting super close. That's good. Remember, justice not happening. But that was actually a good reflect for Kachikan, as any magical damage that can be reflected to Atho would go through busting protection. Atho does somehow let Kachikan land a charge heal. Kachika's super low on heals, needs to get himself a charge heal again. Charge heal again. Interrupting Atho on a heal. Actually could be locked out of any kind of spells for a little bit. Does he reflect to follow? Blaze Storm to follow. Oh my god, Atho slammed him in the end. Oh my god, that was so cool looking. Oh my god, I think he's corruption proc at the end too, dude. That little purple shoot. Oh my god. That was incredible. Dude, I lost my breath there for a second. Yo, Nightbuster, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Yo, can we get a hashtag Nightbuster in chat show and appreciation for the wonderful membership, my man? Appreciate you, my guy. That is how you doing, my man. Yo. Nightbuster, can we get a hashtag Nightbuster in chat, boys? Show appreciation for the wonderful membership, my man. Connect yourself in Discord. Feel free to use all the emotes we have on this YouTube channel right now, man. All these beautiful emotes, majority of them provided by Kren, who found a beautiful artist named Jal. Check him out too. Should be able to see him in Discord as well. He does have a separate role. It's a beautiful butterfly. Beautiful. That was awesome, dude. That was the way to end that, dude. That was the way to end that one, man. Holy shit. That was so cool. Wait, my details broke. I think I need to update details. Look at this man, so happy I can donate you finally. Yo, Nightbuster, what's up, my man? Yo, thank you so much for the support, bro. Becoming a member, feel free to spam the emotes as much as you want in the chat. I appreciate you. Also, connect your YouTube with Discord. Down below, we have a Discord link. If you go to account, at the bottom right, you'll have your account stuff for Discord, and there'll be a cog wheel. You're looking for like the settings thing, and you go to a tab called Connect, and there you should be able to connect your YouTube channel with Discord, and you'll have a separate role in our Discord, man. Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you, dude. Glad you enjoy these things, man. Glad you enjoy the videos. You know, more after Kachikan duels to see how people tear each other. Dude, that's what I really like watching Kachikan and Atha, because the way they play is like, they could play very conservative, but their classes are just not designed to play like super slow either, right? They're kind of designed to play like ham go and popping cooldowns and real rotating. And how close some of these duels get is so enjoyable to watch, dude. It's actually so enjoyable because it could go either way. Dude, cat popped off. How much damage did that do, man? How much damage did that do? Wait, somebody just facepalmed at me. Who? It said, was somebody flying above me? It said, Zevares looks at you and covers her face with her palm. Oh? Somebody judging me? Bro, I'm hanging out on Argent Dawn at like 2 in the morning. Joe, doubt we have a group ready with Dirks Brian. Jack says he's ready. Alex, Canny, do you guys have a group or not? Warwick, anybody? I want to try to see if we can get some more variety, some different peeps. But if not getting that, we could get Jack or Arthur in. Oh, music, hello, music. My music is kind of broken, boys. Dal, I've been wondering, why don't you stream arenas or raids? I do stream raids. I actually try to stream raids whenever I can. I think we streamed raids Tuesday. We didn't stream on Wednesday because I was expecting for us to do Zanesh progression the whole time. And Zanesh, we weren't having too much fun with it. Hola, Papa. Sound is fucked up. Bob can fix it. Missing one fresh group. Missing one fresh group. Alright, Leno, we'll get you in here too. We'll get you versus joking. How does that sound, man? B-Tag, Dalaran, hashtag 1340, boys. More than welcome to add me, man. But yeah, I do stream the raids. I do stream arenas sometimes, but usually when I'm streaming, I like to get my keys done on my alts because I have a billion fucking alts. Or we do some stuff with my rogue, man. You know what I mean? It depends what we're doing, man. If like Tickle was like, yo, you want to do some arenas while I'm streaming? I'll be like, yo, I'm down, dude. I've done some arenas with Tickle while he streamed. I think it's super fun, man. I've challenged him before as he did. Everyone know 50 results. Yeah, you guys are pretty neck to neck, honestly. Pretty neck to neck. I'm doing the key sales for healer, tank, so okay, it's people doing key sales in the other Discord. See corruption names and ranks with corruption through Tiltip. Oh wow, there's a whole I don't know, to see corruption tooltips and names. That's cool. You stream now? Yo, Cat, if you yeah, Cat streams. Cat, if you want to post it into like the sub promo on Discord or whatever, man. Actually, do you stream? Because I remember last time, it's been a while ago, so maybe I'm out of the loop a little. Gonna try to get one more group going, one new, another change of all. Ah, yeah, that sounds good, man. We can get you versus Joking, I guess. And then Noah, we can get him versus Jack if they get it full people up and running. I think it was super cool to watch you climb the ladder. Oh yeah, dude. Mohammed. Hey, what's up? Got a group ready? Yo, what's up, fam? I don't know if I'll be able to plug that name because it has space, but what character name is that? Money. Oh, okay, I can do that. Let's do full papa. Oh my goodness. Okay, well we got ourselves Joking, and we'll do Muhammad after. How does that sound? Lenoa and Joking mate 5. I have no target. Lenoa and Joe. I think I might need to joking. Wait, is Joking? Are you offline? You gotta be online. Is Lenoa online? Lenoa? L A B C D E F G H I J I J K L. Lenoa, you gotta be online. Put yourself online in Real ID. Joking, put yourself in Real ID so I can see you boys. Actually, I guess down here as Alliance, maybe? No, actually it shows everybody who's on. Alliance and Horde. Okay, Lenoa's online. We need Joe. As soon as he's on, dude, we're good to go. Who the hell named themselves Energy with those brackets? Is that an I-L or L-I? Because it looks like I-L Energy L-I. Or I-L Energy L-I. You know what I mean? Like the L and I look so similar with that font style. Yeah. I've been missing the Rogue playing Ali, Locke, and DK. Is it worth leveling another Rogue and Ali said to play with friends or wait till Shadowlands? I am not someone who likes to level multiple Rogues, and multiple of the same like class. So for me, I'd rather just get like an alt and Alliance to play with friends or whatever. But that's what I would do, man. That's just me. If you find having more than one Rogue and Gearin, more than one Rogue, you could go for it, man. Yeah, if that's the class you would want to play. Why not, right? If you have the time to level one. Joe! Is Joe gone? Is Joe AFK? Might have to kill Lenore versus Muhammad, then Muhammad is money. Right? Wait, is he on offline too? Money! Money is offline too! Oh my god, Money! Get online! I can't queue you if you're not online on Real ID. My guy! Momo! Can I call you Momo for short? Buddy! Oh, this is rough. I gotta see it? Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait. Either Joe or Money. First up. Wait. Somebody got online. Am I online yet? Are you down here? That's a letter J, right? Jack Jalao. I don't see Joe though. I don't see Money either. Crap. Yeah, it doesn't show as online. I could kill Lenore versus Atherman while we wait, I guess, yeah. Now, what do you think about Doomguard Warlock spell from Vanilla? It's going to be in Shadowlands. Is this going to be valuable? Require people to summon it? I think it would be really cool. I think Blizzard is going to maybe make it like a equivalent to having like 5 Warlocks in your group, or maybe down to 3 or something. And I think it's going to be equivalent to Army of the Dead for Death Knights. Like it'll be, but more. It'll be kind of like an extra raid utility in a way, right? Maybe they can make it kind of like a Bloodlust. But it'll be basically like a summon ritual where you summon the Doomguard at the very start of a pull. And maybe make it like an hour cooldown or something, so you can only do it once in a while. So you'd want to make sure you get like a really good pull. Like we're summoning Doomguard to do extra damage, but we gotta make sure that like we don't mess up, we don't have everybody die. Or summon rather. I don't know actually, we'll see. I think it's a pet like Demon Spec. It might just be like a pet, yeah. They might just make it a pet that you can summon and you have to like control like with what is it, demon control every single time. It might be one of those things, man. We'll have to wait and see. We might have to wait and see, but I like the fact that they're bringing something like that back in the game. We just don't know how it's going to be yet. You know what I mean? Let me see if... Because like Joe would be there, but Joe is not even here either. I have Julia. Joe. Joking, you're still offline, man. Says offline. Says offline. Gotta be online on Real ID. Here we go. I'd see him here somewhere, right? And money, I'd see him here too. When the Shadowlands dropping, we have no idea, but hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon. The earlier the better. Probably August or later. I think it's gonna be like late August, maybe mid-September, or maybe very early October. I'd be okay with very early October too. I'd be okay with early October too. Like the longer it stays, the longer it cooks to make sure it's a good expansion and not raw, the better. You know what I mean? I'd rather wait a month or two longer for the drop to make sure it's good. I guess in September. I mean, I know that Blizzard always likes to release expansions at a specific time to be competitive with other games that are coming out in the area. But as competitive as they like to get, I feel like if this expansion, if this next expansion needs a little bit extra to cook, then we better wait. We better be patient about it. Alright, I'll get a Lenoa versus Athaman. Athaman and Lenoa. Joking never got online, and money, I don't see him anymore. We don't see him anymore, so we're gonna get Lenoa and Athaman instead, just to get this duels up and running with the Dalaran Sewers, boys. Let's hope it's a good one. Dude, it has to be, man. I believe, dude. I think I like the concept. I like the idea that they have, you know? I like the ideas they're bringing. I think it's a really cool, like, some really cool ideas there. But without a new race, without a new class, it's like people are gonna be like concerned. Like, what? Is Blizzard running out of ideas? I feel like if they fix all the classes and make them much better, it could definitely be a great expansion. I feel like if they figure out, like, with a lot of the character customization to make up for, like, lack of a new race in the game, or allied races even, I think it could be completely fine. I think that could be completely okay and doable, and even it could be good. Not saying it'll be guaranteed good, but it could potentially be good. Depends how they do it, man. I have faith. Switch. We got ourselves Daft Duck in Team Red as a Feral Druid. We also got Nyla DK. We got Omega as a Feral. We got ourselves Sharia. Whoa, Sharia. How you doing? Are you the Sharia Demon Hunter from before? And we got ourselves Xenu as a Windwalker Monk versus Team Blue with Athaman. We got ourselves Cuter Light DH Power. We also got Sylvia going up first, and Zevix in the back going for a bit of a flight. As the whole Team Blue just gets kind of chucked out in the open. It looks like it's going to be Omega versus a Feral. It's going to be Sylvia versus Omega off the bat in the opener. Which one of these Ferals is going to get a better opener? I feel like the opener is the biggest thing for a Feral. It's a chess match. Who catches who first? You could pop in a bear, but then the other person will get the bleeds and everything. So do you just wait? Do you maybe go in a bear from wait until the eyes are up and the moon fight the other person? I guess we'll have to wait and see. As per usual, guys, good luck and have fun. Don't be in stealth unless you're dueling. Pally buffs give them to yourselves. Mages can share buffs around. That's about it. That's about all the classes I need to see. But also remember, especially for everybody who's new, because we had a couple of these moments where people are new and they have no idea what's going on. This is a 5v1 duel. Emphasis on the duel, boys. You're free to go in next as soon as whoever is the person on your team is dead, and if you are next, as soon as they die, you're free to go in. You can't go in and give an honor duel, a bow, and maybe even allow the other person to reheal, or if you want to strike while they are limp, you could do that too. But it looks like it's going to be Sylvia trying to see if he can find Omega. Team Red sitting on the back of the stairs, just allowing Sylvia, I guess, peruse the arena. But so far, Omega and Sylvia have not found each other, so it looks like it's going to be one of those games where we have to wait until the eyes are up. I didn't care for PvE, but I'm going to go for... but it's going to be a good PvP, especially with these old spells. This Covenant sounds interesting. I think so too. It could potentially be good. Looks like Omega got himself out of stealth a little bit too early. I'm not really sure what happened, but Sylvia landing the opener. Double Crucible into Omega is going to pop Thorns immediately. Needs to get some bleeds up and running. Sylvia going to go for Thorns. No, he's not. Omega actually should have got some bleeds up and running, but he's trying to play back and play defensive. That's going to be Twisted Appendage onto Sylvia. Trinkets out of it. Needs to kill the Appendage. That's doing quite a bit of damage. Hasn't killed the Appendage. It's actually blasting him. Looks at it for a second, but doesn't stop. He just popping wall and hoping the Appendage doesn't do enough damage. That's going to be some free damage for Omega. He trinkets out of that bash. Sylvia is just continuing to put pressure. Thorns are up and running for a second longer. Wall up and running for Omega. Last wall available ever. Sylvia Styles renewal and normal walls available. Omega needs to find a way to get himself out of a better situation. Might chill up another stun for the next appendage, because that could be huge damage for Sylvia. Sylvia still has one big kill up the sleeve, but Omega looks like it's trying to recover now. Little by little, Sylvia having to pop cooldowns of their own, and stars are flying. I think it's going to be Sylvia's stars that are flying. Thorns are up for Omega. Does get hit with a stun, and Sylvia is looking to be able to back the hell out to the other side of the arena as Omega gets hit by stars back to back. Looks like maybe it's a rank 1 star. Sylvia having to go for a self-heal. It looks like Omega went for a self-heal with Crucible as well. Now that the Feral got an open, the Thorns are up for Sylvia. Omega needs to be careful of his own health. Does get a restyle stun on Sylvia with a Twisted Appendage. Stun him after that rank. It looks like Sylvia might be going down. Triple stun just to make the Appendage do the most amount of work. Omega looking to catch a regrowth immediately. Cutie Light not letting him catch a perfect reset. Is going to hit him with a Hand of Hindrance after hitting him with a Crucible dot. Looks like Cutie's lagging a little bit. Hopefully the lag doesn't stop him from being able to fight against Omega. Going for that big Rachel, big zap. And actually the big zap looks like it just does no damage. I think Blizzard was trying to fix the zap before. It looks like line of sight and breaking line of sight of the Paladin still causes it to do no damage. A little bit unfortunate, I would say, that a racial does not function properly. I was hoping Blizzard would fix it by now because it's a decent racial, does quite a bit of damage. But I guess here it won't. Omega is still trying to get himself a full reset. Cutie's just having to chase him around the box. It's not really looking all that easy for him right now, man. He's able to get a couple swings through the wall. That's essentially all they can really do. And it's going to be a bash by Omega. Finally able to, hopefully was able to get some bleeds up and running. Going to be a hodge by Cutie. He's going to go for wings right now. Actually, just going to go for some sustained damage into Omega. That is going to be Thorns out of the Feral. Cutie could go for Shield of Vengeance, Hand of Freedom to catch up to Omega. He needs to stop the Feral from catching any restyle. That's his main priority right now. Omega still catching a restyle. Landing a stun and an appendage onto Cutie. Needs to kill the appendage immediately. Actually uses that judgment to hit the Feral instead. Does turn around and hit the tentacle. I think they actually went to interrupt the tentacle too. Gonna be restun by the Feral as he's just looking to bleed and rot down the Paladin. Does go for Shield of Vengeance. That's gonna be wings up and running. Does not get to catch up to the Feral. The Feral got some bleeds and he's out of there, man. Wings are up and running for Cutie. Was that full wings or was that minute long? It looks like it was minute long wings. Try to go for a Wake of Ashes to see if he can spot the Feral out. Probably not a best idea, but he does have a lot of holy power now. So should be able to use all that holy power to dumpster Omega next time he gets a chance. Omega trying to wait until he has another wall in about a minute. Does have a trinket for the next Hodgepole on the Paladin. That's going to be another Twisted Appendage. The more of those he can get on the Paladin, the better. Cutie making sure to eliminate the Twisted Appendage immediately, but still taking quite a bit of damage from the Feral. Thorns are up and running for the cat. He does go for a trinket. Stun onto Cutie. Could be a bubble out of the Paladin. Maybe a Blessing of Protection as they have wings. They might be able to get quite a bit of damage into Omega right now. And Omega looking to peel the hell out of there. Cutie Light popping Hand of Freedom. Catching up to the Feral and trying to see if he can AoE him out. Does catch a restyle for a second. Could be a bubble out of the Paladin right now as they're dipping quite low. Trying to go for a flashlight to heal himself. The wings do increase the healing out of flashlight. It looks like this should be good for a bit. Omega looking to catch himself a restyle. Does go for regrowth back to cat form. Should be able to catch himself a restyle. Does not get the opener though. Omega's running thin on cooldowns, man. Next Hodge out of Cutie could be the end of it. Cutie does go for it. Was it another Hand of Freedom? It was another Hand of Freedom, but he doesn't have the mobility to catch up. He doesn't have the double pony. Does still land a Hodge into Omega. Does not have the biggest damage for the next Templar's Verdict though, but still should be enough here. Does go for Wake of Ashes. Thorns are up for Omega. Cutie could be in a bad situation too. Hitting him with Crucible. Hammer from a distance. The Thorns could actually do damage to him. Does pop Shield of Vengeance, and it's going to be Rachel back at Omega. Does it zap him? I don't think it zaps him at all, man. I think it does no damage to him whatsoever. It looks like he immunes it completely, that or maybe stealths it. And it looks like breaking line of sight with the Lightforged Janai on that racial does break it or something. And I thought Blizzard fixed that too. Omega still is somehow hanging in there. Bash to Cutie. Cutie still does have 2 immunities to deal with. Does go for a Hodge. Is that going to be wings? Having to go for a defensive flash of light here. Triple flash of light through those wings, through the Hodge, and that's going to be a wall for the Feral. Landing a bite onto Cutie. Cutie could go for some damage. There's going to be an appendage, bubbling the appendage. Is it going to go offensively or defensively? Wings are up and running. Looking like he wants to just end the duel. Doesn't have a Hodge for this one, though. Unless he somehow does. Unless he gets it back faster. Hand of Freedom coming up. Omega does not have thorns, but does have the insane mobility to stay away from the pallet the whole time. Forced to go for Flash of Light resets. The 7-minute mark rolls around the corner. 12% dampening into this one, duel, boys. So far, Omega hasn't really been put into a too terrible situation. I feel like Cutie needs to wait until they have every cooldown available. That's going to be a Hodge available for Omega. Does go for a Hodge. Trinket. Wings are up for Cutie. I think that's actually 2-minute long wings this time. So it could be huge damage. Trying to go for a restoll. Does land the restoll to get a stun into Cutie. Has Blessing of Protection as well as Shield of Vengeance if the one to Shield of Vengeance is up. Omega has have thorns. That's going to be no trinket available for Cutie, but that stun was short. And the Shield of Vengeance does pop back into the Feral's face. That was perfect for him. Just needed those wings. Shield of Vengeance really load up the damage. That was 70% damage reduction because of the dampening. That's going to be another tentacle right now onto Cutie. Still getting slapped by the tentacle right now as Zin was next and actually was able to get some damage back to Xenu as well. But it's going to be a lot of healing. It's going to be cut back quite a bit. Cutie does not have any defenses to really deal anymore with this monk. So Xenu could do very much a lot of damage in very, very little time. Cutie just trying to see if he can walk away from the monk. Safeguard trinket coming out for the monk. Actually quite a big defensive out of the monk right now. Cutie barely any health. Xenu actually choosing to peel away while he had such an advantage over Cutie. If Cutie can somehow live for 2 more minutes, maybe even 30 seconds, they might have something to turn around onto Xenu. Xenu does still have Karma and Wall, so it hasn't popped anything whatsoever. It's going to load in on top of Cutie. Trinket coming out by the Paladin. Karma to follow Cutie. Just needs to find a way away from Xenu, but that tentacle is going to do damage back to him as well. And down they go. The monk taking out the Paladin. Up next is going to be Athaman, I think. It looks like it's going to be Athaman. Yo, Arthur, if you start the animation for the alpaca, like just stand still, press space, and then press left to rotate to the left, you'll actually make the alpaca kind of like bounce in place. It looks funny as hell, by the way. I don't know if he knows. Yeah, and if you like start rotating to the left as the alpaca is doing this thing. Yeah. So you gotta first get the animation to go by hidden space, and then I guess you would, I don't know what your keybinds are. I don't know if you have like rotate to the left, but if you have it, looks hilarious. It's going to be Atha trying to get some damage onto Xenu. It's actually going to hit him with everything ranged, and it's even going to send him away with a Crucible. Mounting up to try to stay on top of the monk is going to hit him with a Hand of Hindrance. The monk is going to Dragon Kick all the way back to the pillar. Does have a port there. Could have ported instead. Hodge into Xenu is going to human racial out of that one. Leg sweep onto Atha. Atha's adaptation is going to proc, but he does have wings to follow up from there. Does get a Hand of Hindrance again onto Xenu. And so Xenu is going to pour it all the way to the other side, leaving Athaman kind of out in the open. He does have quite a bit of damage together with him. Still wings up and running. Xenu doesn't have a lot of defenses. Karma in about 8 more seconds available. Crucible right after. Oh my god. Might want to pop a wall here just to increase his own... Nope. I was going to say, might want to pop a wall to increase his own overall health so he can manage this, but maybe he was trying to see if he can use that wall to go offensive onto Atham. But he didn't get to do that. Looks like next is going to be Naya DK. There it is. Unholy Death Knight versus... Yeah, there we go. You were getting it. You were getting it, Atha. You were getting it. And that's going to be Abomination opener by Naya. Immediately stun onto Athaman into an AMS. I guess expecting the hammer justice out of Atho. Starting to stack necrotics on the guy. Atho just avoid all those pets as best as possible. Does drop down to the downward side of the arena. Abomination is still waddling over an Atho. Might have to bubble this early. There's going to be a bunch of pets just attacking him from a distance as the army of ghouls just surrounded him. But Atho was able to survive the army. Did have to pop bubble for that one, but at least he's still alive and kicking for the next one. Naya still has the pet over an Atho. And as long as he's able to get some mobility on him, or mobility suppression, I guess, with Chain of Ice, and get a couple of necrotics, it should be game. Athen's going to go for a Hodge on Naya. He's not getting a trinket out of him. And Athos is just trying to reposition, kind of trying to take a page out of the Monk's book, just trying to go to the pillar, try to catch a heal or two. He's going to build up resources off the pet, should be doing those since his abilities are on cooldown either way. So might as well start with full resources. Wings are up and running for Athos, could be lots of damage to Naya. Naya is just continuing to get some counter pressure damage onto Athos. AMS coming down, that's going to be Bob for Athos. I believe Naya could actually sack Necrotics to that, maybe not. It looks like the DK is actually taking quite a bit of physical damage from Athos. Zelda's going down, but AMS is up. That's going to be down for the count as Athos takes out the Death Knight. Deaf Duck is up next, landing an opener onto Athos Hodge immediately for that adaptation, and Deaf Duck is not tricking out of this. Athos is just trying to build as many resources from a distance off of Deaf Duck as possible. Just trying to make it last a little bit longer. 42% dampening on the guy though. It's not going to be able to have a lot of healing to work with. Deaf Duck still has 2 walls, does get a leap onto Athos, does not interrupt him on the heal. Instead goes for a stun bash to fall right after. Athman does not have a single defensive. Hand of Freedom is up. Might be able to get a Hand of Hindrance. I think he did get a Hand of Hindrance on the Dev Duck. Power shifting a little bit late. It looks like Athman is going to try to stay ahead of the guy. Big bite coming out by the Feral either way. Athman doesn't really have a lot to work with here. Trying to see if he can get a Skull Bash out of Dev Duck. Does not go for a re-stealth in order to get another stun onto Athman, but the flashlights are actually perfect. He's actually got Skull Bash out of him a little bit earlier, but still super low in health, able to maintain himself. But the bite does finish him off at the very end. It's going to be up to Zevix or DH Power to take him out next if possible. WTF DK? I don't know what that death was doing, man. He just wasn't having a good game, you know what I mean? IBF still not used? Oh yeah, you didn't use IBF, that's right. I don't understand. Yeah. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you had Lichborn? No, Lichborn for Unholy shows up properly. It's for Frost, it doesn't show up. But it's either going to be DH Power. Looks like he is DC, so it looks like Zevix is the only man left. You might as well go next, Evix. I don't know if this guy's coming back or not. Unfortunately, he DC'd. But yeah. It's not Legion anymore. Beat that Monk. Dude, Monks is still tough in BFA. Are you kidding me? They were tough in Legion, but they're still tough now, man. After a couple buffs they got for PvP. I remember at the beginning of BFA, Monks started out really, really bad. But then a couple things Blizzard did and they were good. We're logging, he's lagging. It's okay. Yeah, we'll just have him go last. We'll have Zevix go first. Or, I mean, he's back. Zevix could swap out. He'd be like, yo, back in business. He'd be like, okay, you can go since you're back. 50% dampening, though. I just feel like with a Demon Hunter, we would be able to find the Feral much easier. You know what I mean? Because Stealthy versus Stealthy duel would, like, take a while. So I'm thinking maybe have the DH go first. You can still see the Feral. And then it will kind of get on the way faster. Because dampening is really stacking up. Monks are the strongest moments. I say Monster very strong, period. A lot of people don't give him credit, man. Is anyone able to join the 5v5s? Yes, everybody can, man. I don't care what he's doing. Oh, okay. I mean, if he's AFK, he's AFK, right? Oh, he's DC'd again. Wow, he's just having a DC Fiesta. Yeah, it looks like Dev Duck just coming out of stealth. So at least we can get ourselves a duel on the way. It looks like Zavix is playing Subtlety Rogue instead of Assassination, what I expected him. Trying to go for Eviscerates into the tough bare exterior of Dev Duck. Thorns are up and running. Does go for Cheap Shot at the very end. Dev Duck, does he go for Resell? I think he tried to go for Resell. Zavix looks like he went for a Shadow Meld instead. Blind on Dev Duck, he triggers out of it immediately. Shadow Step for Zavix. He's just trying to avoid the Feral as much as possible. Does get hit into Roots. He has evasion, everything available if he wants to go for it. Trying to maintain the dots rolling on Dev Duck. Looks like he's actually doing quite a bit of sustained damage, which is something you never expect out of Sub Rogue. Getting a shot onto Dev Duck. Zavix is trying to go for some damage. Probably should be doing it while Wall is up for the Feral. Doesn't have blind anymore. Bash by the Feral onto the Rogue. It looks like he wants to kind of end him right now. Does get to restun him. Zavix does trick it very, very late. Gloka Shadow is coming out. Shorter stun onto Dev Duck. Dev Duck, does he have any more healing? It's really Shadow Strikes for the shreds right now. Anyone's game. Shorter stun onto Zavix. Looks like Ashland might have it in the back here. Dev Duck looks like he's getting away with barely any health. Zavix looks like he's going to back off for a second, but the bleed should be shredding him. Big regrowth coming out for Dev Duck. Does Zavix get himself a Shadow Strike or not? Looks like the Feral caught himself full style. Zavix has nothing. Looks like he's going to get opened up on. And get a shot. Reversal. Almost had it. It looks like DH Power is kind of going to let Dev Duck at least catch himself an opener. At least going to let him get a regrowth or two off of that one. He don't want to just jump on him while he's stunned. but it's gonna give him an opportunity. But the dampening being so high, you can't really give him a lot of opportunity to heal, I guess. Big bike coming out on the dev deck. He's trying to see if he can run away, dude. The bike is stuck in the corner. What if you could actually outrun the trinket? I think that'd be an interesting mechanic. Just outrun it, dude. Just run faster than that trinket and you don't get hit. But dev deck did take the damage from there. DH Power just trying to see if he can make it an early game to end it on. Trying well early, but 60 minutes in, can't really be that much early. I'm just trying to end it as early as humanly possible. But DevDug does not want to go down without a fight, man. He wants to get himself some heals, wants to get himself maybe an opener. But even being at super low health, he really doesn't have a lot of options to deal with a Demon Hunter. Not gonna be able to land the opener on him either. Stunned by DH Power. Look at your IBM DevDuck, no trinket available, and down he goes. And Sharia is the last one standing as a Fire Mage, getting that Crucible in there. Or is it Fire Mage? I want to say it's a Fire Mage. Probably. Ring of Frost. Probably going to be Greater Pyro. It is Greater Pyro. It's not going to be Trinket out of DH Power. Double Greater Pyro coming out for Sharia. Maybe the Greater Pyro. Second one could be Shadow Melded. Goes for a Metamorphosis. That Greater Pyro still connects. DH Power doesn't have a lot of health to work with. Sharia did pop an Icebox there, but that's going to be Pyroblast back to back. Darkness didn't help you there, and down he goes for the count. I think just about everybody that game got to play, yeah? I like games when everybody gets to play, man. Everybody gets a chance in the games. That was a long one, huh? Oh, Lord. Lagging can help avoid some things like damage. True, I guess. True. Alrighty, boys. 7:03. I think it's going to be the it for us for EU 5V5 1v1 Duels. Thank you so much, guys, for coming by. Super fun hanging out with all of you guys. Jack, Rachel, working out, Dal? It's working out? Nah, we're good, man. We're good. I think we had quite a bit of duels. We had a couple new faces here and there. I enjoyed the games that we had. Next week, boys. Next week, bring me the best of the best, the A game, but also new people as well, man. New people as well, dude. I feel like on an A, the participation is really, really high, but EU, boys, we gotta get some of the boys that used to play back on these, you know what I mean? Be like, yo, boys, get back in there, man. Get some of the old school boys we used to have here, yeah? One more, please? Nah, I gotta get some food, man. I haven't eaten much today, so I gotta get some food and hang out. DVG, 5 people ready? Nah, man, we're good for the night. I gotta get some to eat, man. I gotta get some videos worked on. I'm busy myself too, but that was perfect, boys. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed tomorrow NA. Yep, tomorrow NA, man. Gonna get the NA boys in there, yeah? Alrighty, man. Thank you guys for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with these games, man. I had a lot of fun, but I gotta get some food. I gotta get some work done. It is Valentine's Day, dude. I'm gonna be out here working on fucking videos. Can you believe it? Crazy, right? Now I come on play Aldo 5V5 Rogue. Maybe tomorrow, man. Maybe, my dude. Even the DK was the boy, dude. Everybody was the boy. Alrighty, boys. I'll see you on the next stream. Alrighty. Peace.